today. I'm absolutely all over the place. And I've got a feeling there's all sorts of things to figure out today. But one thing that is great news, of course, we're going to get to the fire alarm. We're going to get to the fight between Matt Gaetz and Kevin McCarthy.
Dude, that's going to be a WWE fest.
Oh, my goodness. That's going to be a slobber knocker, as they might say. Did you see that the Rated R Superstars now in AEW? Edge?
Yeah.
He just joined. Yeah. I miss the Edge and Christian pod of awesomeness. I really do. We're going to get into Donald Trump being in court today. He is, in fact, in court today. And did you see the smirk of the judge in that particular case?
No, I kind of tried to ignore that one.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't, but I did.
Yeah.
Tired of the noise.
Yeah, right.
And
And, but here's what's on my mind. This is why I'm a little distracted today. That and when you sit down, you expect things to work, and they're not. Like, that's driving me freaking crazy. Get something set up, and it's all of a sudden change. Gotta love that. I'm going to put aside my frustration. What I'm all out of sorts about today. Number one, I'm driving a different car. Not too bad. But number two, we are on niece or nephew watch. We are on baby watch as we speak. My brother and his wife, they're at the hospital and waiting for the baby to be delivered. And it's slow going so far. That's all I'll say right now. But they're ready. They've been planning for this. Heck, she's a doctor. Works in the neonatal unit. So she kind of has not just the expertise herself. All her friends work there.
Right.
So she's going to be all right. But
Definitely.
I can't wait for that moment. It's either going to be a text today, during the show maybe, or even tonight, that we have found a new niece or nephew in our life, a new baby girl, baby boy in the Clark family. And I am...
Are you leaning, Joey, one way or the other?
Not really.
Yeah? You can go either way.
Yeah, I could definitely go either way. That's for sure. But there's one thing it gets you thinking about. I get thinking about all my uncles.
Yeah?
So it doesn't matter whether it's a girl or a boy. Now, if it's a boy, it's going to make more sense because I'm a guy. They were guys. It's easier with young...
You are from a boy
Right.
or male-dominated family.
No, if it's a girl, she's just going to have me wrapped around her finger, like whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like, you're always right. Like, that's going to be how that works out. But I think about all the influences of my uncles. And one uncle, he's married into the family. He married my Aunt Karen, my dad's older sister.
Aunt Karen.
Yeah. Though she doesn't live up to the whole Karen
Good
stereotype, which is
ran into one of
beautiful. But his name is Dave. He's my Uncle Dave.
Uncle Dave, I like that.
And Dave is the reason I wear this Buccaneers hat.
Oh.
Like, I started watching NFL Sunday Ticket. He was always a Buccaneers fan.
Okay.
And from 6th grade till I was watching some yesterday. Bucs did pretty well. But he has noticed something. And this is just to give you a taste of what my uncle is like. Have you noticed? It was on Fox News today. All this gaga, goo-goo, all this scuttlebutt over Taylor Swift
Hi.
and that tight end, whoever he is. They're all getting together. And did you see Patrick Mahomes' wife not enjoying her chicken fingers? And I even am like, what is all this stuff?
Last week, I think they were with somebody's mom up there in the booth.
So about 2 days ago, as he was trying to get ready to enjoy another NFL football Sunday, my Uncle Dave put this out as a message, as a plea, especially to you ladies and all you folks running entertainment and news sites now. So here's what my Uncle Dave had to write. Okay, so it's getting worse. I had previously written this. It seems that every woman in my family is a Taylor Swift fan, he writes. As a result, I got used to hearing about Tay-Tay all the time. I was even okay when I found myself somehow on the Taylor Swift side of TikTok. But now my ESPN broadcasts, my sports feeds, and my NFL games are all about Taylor Swift. This is a bridge too far, and it must not stand. Someone, please, return Taylor Swift to the music industry and get her out of my football. I like Taylor Swift music, and I'm impressed with her as an entertainer and savvy executive. But today, they added T Swift to the Saturday Night Football or Sunday Night Football promos, And in my football feed, while one person was explaining Taylor and Kelsey are a Hallmark movie come to life. My wife can tell you how much I love Hallmark movies. Yeah, he doesn't. All I am asking for is some separation of church and state here. Give me info on the teams and players, not on who they are dating. Amen. And when did sports not be about sports anymore? Hey, when did politics stop being about actual statesmanship and actual politics?
Have you seen reality TV shows? You got the basketball wives and all that.
It's miserable.
Right. But
absolutely miserable.
The Swifties are trying to work their way into football. But just imagine how good the breakup song's going to be for the NFL. You know she's going to write one.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah.
You think it's coming?
Some of her best, or I think all of her best albums are from former boyfriends. The breakup. That's some of her best music.
Really?
Yeah. Put it together.
I'm not that familiar with her whole catalog.
I've learned most of it from Barstool, so yeah.
Is this seriously a thing? Women, all the women, young, of a certain age, they all love Taylor Swift?
Yes, this is very true. There's some women that'll fight you.
So I'm waiting on this niece or nephew today, and it's got me all preoccupied in my mind. But I'm also very thankful that I ain't married, so I don't have to put up with this stuff.
Nah, if you're married, you can just be honest about it. It's when you're dating a girl, you have to pretend you halfway like this. If she likes it, yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to be alone forever.
Marriage, you can be yourself. That's why we both get fat. Wedding cake has an effect on people.
272-9228. For those who like to watch on the stream, sorry we're having trouble today. Sat down and the equipment wasn't working, but the show must go on. And as I mentioned before, Donald Trump was in court today.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, if you are wondering, well, why is this a big deal? It's because I think this is one of the most absurd cases that's out there. They said, these are the folks that said Mar-a-Lago is worth $18 million. Joke. Y'all are a joke. You gonna keep doing this to Trump and make us defend him? Are you seriously gonna make us back him because you're gonna throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at this fella? And in particular, the judge in this case allowed cameras right directly into the courtroom. So everybody could see Trump sitting next to his lawyer.
Okay.
So here's what I want to do. I'll bring it up here on the stream. But it shows Trump sitting there next to his lawyer. It shows Letitia James, the Attorney General of New York State. She is essentially sitting in the background, kind of smirking and smiling. But what you want to really watch out for, folks, here is the judge in this case.
Cameras, the pool camera here, they gave us a chance to shoot. So now we all see what's happening inside there as this trial gets underway.
Wow.
There's the DA James, yep, right, sitting there. Actually, not at the front table. That's kind of interesting,
No,
isn't it?
because she's not trying the case. So she's sitting behind her attorneys.
Yeah, the Attorney General there, Letitia James. Thank you so much. And there you see President Trump, the former president, I should say, next to his...
Does he look happy?
Not really.
No,
Not really tall.
Doesn't at all.
Attorney.
But wait for
That's
this.
Chris
For this
Kise,
judge
who we
here.
expect to make the opening statements here. And then this,
Judge Engoron.
I guess, is Judge Engoron. And he is...
They put the camera in his face, and he gets all bashful and shrugs his shoulders like, oh, don't be doing that, and don't be showing that in my courtroom. Yeah, that's the guy who's going to be impartial in this case against Trump.
Don't see it happening.
How can you seriously say Mar-a-Lago is not worth, isn't value subjective? We've been over this, but this is just the latest in what they're doing to try to take out Donnie from Queens. And I think what they're trying to do is make him the candidate, make him the nominee.
Sure.
And then try to throw him in prison as soon as he gets that nomination.
Look, all the money he's having to POA in legal fees.
Right.
You're just breaking. I mean, they're just trying to break the guy.
So here's Trump today, this morning, outside the courthouse. Just a little snippet of it.
This is a continuation of the single greatest witch hunt of all time. We have a rogue judge who rules that properties are worth a tiny fraction, 1/100th, a tiny fraction of what they actually are. We have a racist attorney general who's a horror show. It's all run by DOJ, which is corrupt in Washington. Everything goes through them. They're all corrupt people.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't argue with that.
But no, he's the real threat to this country. It's so absurd. Who do we got on one?
We got
here?
Randy.
Hey, Randy, how you doing today?
Hey guys, what's going on? I wanted to comment on Taylor Swift, which I'm not a fan either, Joey. But Eddie, you were talking about, her having all these fans and all. Anyway, I commented on the reel about something with her and Travis, like that this ain't nothing but a shoe polish show. Man, I had to cut the notifications off because them Swifties hit me like no tomorrow. I mean, it like to burnt my phone up there.
Oh, yeah.
That was the wrong thing for me to do. I didn't realize that many people, I mean, really over 100.
That's crazy. It doesn't surprise me because they're nuts. Although
They were calling me everything but my mother's son. I mean, words I ain't never heard of. It's crazy.
Yeah, I just don't understand the fascination
Neither do
with
I.
this broad.
Neither do I. I mean, to me, she's an entertainer no more than anyone else. But the fact that people can get so passionate about someone who's really done nothing but entertain you is kind of amazing to me.
Go ahead, Eddie. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just amazed by that. I mean, she's a pretty girl, but she needs a cheeseburger.
Yeah, but Joey, if you, I know you probably ain't even really looked at her pictures online or whatever, but she's got one of them 70s square haircut. Got the bangs that come down in the L shapes down straight down. Remember them back there in the day, Eddie?
Like Farrah Fawcett?
No,
not really.
No,
Like Jane Fonda?
No.
Barbara Streisand?
No,
Not even close.
Comment.
like Cher used to have back in the 70s,
Yeah.
Joey.
Oh, Sonny and Cher.
Cher. Yeah.
Yeah, it had the bangs and her hair just drooped straight down.
Mm-hmm.
By the
But
way,
anyway,
don't you love how songs meant to empower folks back in the day kind of come across as really racist today? Like Cherokee people.
What are you talking about? That's a good song.
They were just, Eddie,
Okay.
you probably didn't watch Monday Night Football. I watched it only for the show of Travis Kelce, and she was at the game, and the commentator for the game started and said, "Yeah, Travis, Kelsey's making $11 million a year. Taylor Swift's going to make $2 billion this year."
Yeah. I think, is that where she was up in the booth with the fellow's mom?
No, she was. His mom wasn't there they were at New York at the Jets home field.
I got you.
But her couple of the wives of players were there, and all. She hugged them like she knew them, and I mean, it was crazy. You got to go back and look on that thing online. Be honest with you, I know I'm fixing to get some backlash, but I'm not a fan. It kind of makes me want to regurgitate.
Well, I just hope she's watching what Madonna's doing these days. Because, well, here's the deal. Madonna's dead. She just doesn't know it yet.
Oh, it's awful.
Just to go look at her, it's like, ma'am, you have died. You need to go rest.
Yeah. Yep, that's about right. But all I can tell you is the song that she writes, it may not be able to be published if it's got anything about the NFL in it.
Very true. Very true.
I see y'all.
See you, Randy.
Appreciate it. 272-9228.
Someone texted me and said Taylor is trying to get everyone to vote Democrat, and her boyfriend is trying to get everyone to get vaccinated.
Oh, goodness. Is Kelsey on that whole thing?
I guess so. I have no idea, man.
Like, you might be good at football, but keep that to yourself, you joke. And really, I get tired of this. Well, because some great sports athlete or some great, musician said a thing, I'm going to follow what they say. You know how big of a Prince fan I am.
Oh, yes, I do.
I'm a lot of that guy's politics. I'm like, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. But or it's just not that sophisticated. It's an artist, and it's like, okay, that's
Different
where your
look on
heart
things,
is.
right.
So fine, but I don't look to folks in a particular space just because I like them that I have to respect their political opinions. Now, if they have a sophisticated political opinion that's interesting, I might hear them out. But if you've thought about it the same amount of time as just the average Joe, okay, call the radio show. Give me a break, man.
Just discount them. Just
go
call
to
the radio show.
Let's go to Urbanite. I know he's a big T-Swift fan, and especially her invading football. How you doing, Urbanite?
Now, we're going to come in on Prince real quick. He annoyed me when he changed Little Red Corvette to a jazz tune, and I promised myself I'd never go see him again.
Which night was that?
This would have been it's going to be about 3 years before he died. He used to do all those concerts in Atlanta at Spot.
Yeah, oh, yeah. So he did it on piano, yeah.
It was one of his spot shows. He had cut so much out of his show and start improvising on it so bad. I'm like, I'm done, man. If I want to Patti
See-
LaBelle, I go see Patti LaBelle.
See, I love all
Anyway.
that. I love all that stuff, but each their own, I
Here's-
suppose.
Here's the truth: Taylor Swift is Barbie.
Ah, Barbie.
Taylor Swift
That's a
is
thought.
Barbie.
Got about the same figure. Pretty stiff.
Well,
Yeah,
and maybe Taylor's shift towards the Democrats is because there's some mischievous tricksters online that started putting out the meme that she's like the representative of the new Nazi movement because she
Maybe
is.
Yeah, well.
better yet, Taylor Swift is going to be the highest paid entertainer to ever do the Super Bowl. You watch. There's an old dirty bastard sitting in the NFL boardroom. If they ain't already paying her to date that goofy looking dude, they're going to be paying her to do that Super Bowl. And she's going to get paid for it. And by paid, that means whatever they're doing now, they're probably going to pay her twice as much.
Oh, yeah.
That girl's a good businesswoman. I ain't mad at her.
Oh, I ain't mad at her either. Though it's not picking on Taylor Swift. Michael Jackson, Prince, even Madonna to a degree, they had something like mystique. Like they didn't tell you everything about themselves.
Right.
I think that makes it better.
I agree. That I agree. That I completely agree. Yeah, that Swift stuff is out of
Right.
totally agree. But yeah, Taylor Swift is Barbie. She's every girl's Barbie doll come to life. Because if I'm not mistaken, did Barbie ever have a pop music career?
I don't
The
know.
Barbie World songs, but I don't think, no. Wait a minute. She had
You know what?
cartoons, though. There were some cartoons, and she had a band.
And the word that came to my mind when I heard that Nicki Minaj remix was just wholesome. This is so wholesome.
Wait a minute, hey, Joe. I know you love music. That Barbie soundtrack is good.
It's okay.
I'm serious.
It's just
well,
okay.
like Red Top, I'm a club music guy who grew up on club music.
Oh, okay.
So I like the fact that the Barbie it's literally with almost pseudo disco music, club music, and that's the thing that makes that Barbie. Hey, look, you'll be humming them tunes in a couple of years. I promise you that.
Okay. We'll see.
Because I mean, it's that kind of music. Even converted to elevator music, it's going to sound good.
Well,
Think about it. The music that you're hearing from that Barbie soundtrack, even converted to elevator music, is going to have a nice movement to it.
nah, I refuse to go see that movie.
Joey.
No, I'm not saying you go see the movie. The soundtrack is good. The soundtrack. I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the soundtrack.
Okay.
The music, is real good. All right, have a good one.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
right.
Urbanite. 272
Apparently,
9228.
Travis is participating in the Pfizer advertisement on the NFL. So, yeah, he is a vaccine pusher. Yeah, even
Brought to
doing NFL
you by
commercials.
Pfizer.
Yeah.
Let's go to Eric the dog. Hey, Eric the dog.
What up, dog?
Hola.
We scared y'all this weekend, didn't we?
Yeah, I was scared. I was scared before the game started.
I don't know why.
I already knew. Why? Dude, every time we play Auburn at home, I'm scared. I mean, once you see a ball bounce off a guy's helmet and somebody else catch it and go score a touchdown that wins the game, that's all you need to be.
Ah, good times. Yeah, well, we're scared.
Yeah, we're-
That's about all we were good for. It was a good scare.
Yeah, but you still got the L, so I'm okay with it.
Yep, we did. But you know what? As an Auburn fan, again, I'm so used to it. I wasn't heartbroken. I didn't watch it live because I had some other things going on, but I did watch it. And hey, I was glad to see we hung in there, man. We hung in there. We had a
I
couple
almost
breaks
turned
that
it
go
off.
our way, but hey, we hung in there.
I almost turned it off after we almost turned it over twice. And
Oh, man, you had like 2 minutes
half
there?
play. Dude, I was. Ooh. I didn't even drink. I couldn't even enjoy the game enough to drink. I just sat there and watched.
You was
it
that
over.
nervous, huh?
Yeah, I couldn't. I took a sip of beer and I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Right.
I'm not going to enjoy this. So,
Well, you guys are definitely a second half team, man. So, but hats
Well,
off to you. You
yeah.
got the victory.
need to work on it. As long as we win, a win's a win, right?
Right. Right.
Hey, Joey, I can't wait till you're an uncle. I'll tell you some things some of my uncles taught me. They let me listen to my first Eddie Pryor, yeah, both of those guys on a cassette tape. They let me listen to that, and they actually made a copy and gave it to me and told me not to let my mom find out. So, I mean, there's all kind of things, that you probably shouldn't do with a girl. But, if he's a little dude, look at all the things you get to do. I got to drink my first beer with those guys. It took me night fishing.
Yep.
It took me snipe hunting.
Yep.
Those guys, man.
Well, and we're talking about all this preserving of childhood innocence, especially with the libraries and You got some folks out there saying, well, if you're a concerned parent giving libraries a hard time, maybe DHR needs to come to the next meeting to look into your kid. It's just lovely how things are going on. But I remember, I think, old enough to see it, and I freaking love it, still love it to this day. I was telling Eddie about this off air. My Uncle Greg, my dad's older brother, really encouraged my dad. My dad and him took me to go see Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. Now, I was probably 13, 14, maybe even a little 12 or something, which would have meant my brother was 8, 9, 10. They also brought my brother.
Heck yeah.
Now, they said, Joey, we know you're fine and you can be cool, but Will, and back in those days, before he became a man, he's about to have a kid, he was this like blonde-headed, bowl-cut, just,
boy.
yeah, like Dennis the Menace. And so, Will, you better keep your mouth shut. We'll let you go to this. You better keep your mouth shut. And so the movie's hilarious. We get back from the theater. The first thing my brother does is go to the corner of one of the parked cars in the driveway, and he starts, humping it. Mini-me, stop humping the laser. And we're like, this is why we can't take you any. Now, he had already seen that with the dog, so it wasn't that crazy, but, So maybe I didn't grow up in the most wholesome of atmospheres.
Well, at least you got to see Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. My first movie with my uncles was they were both Marines, so I got to watch Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket.
Now, when I was a kid, my Uncle Greg would watch the Ernest movies with me.
Yeah.
And then,
man.
Dumb and Dumber and so many more comedies is what he enjoyed.
Well, some of the funnest things I
That
had
has the best bathroom scene ever.
my nephew, him and Justin turned 10 about the same time, so I took them to Hooters because they thought they were cool. They were going to talk to the waitress. As soon as they got in there, they turned into Beavis and Butthead. They just, they couldn't talk. They couldn't do anything.
And
It
you
was
got to
just
think about
powerful.
the influence that even Uncle can have. I found an old notebook you had to write when you're in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Go young Joey, like 5-year-old Joey. And I'm looking at this going, man, no wonder I got made fun of. But I look at one of the entries, and it says, I want to become a priest,
Oh, and that's sweet.
just like my Uncle Bill.
Yeah, that's sweet, man.
And then I wanted to be a football coach, which is what my Uncle Scott always
There you
wanted to
go.
be. And then, now I ended up here. I don't know how this happened.
Man.
Well, life has a funny way of getting you where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
You keep showing up, and you'll get there soon enough, I guarantee you.
Eventually, you'll get there. That's right. Hardest part, showing up sometimes, man.
Right? Every day. It's a win every day. You got
That's
to get
it.
up every day. Go win. All right, y'all. Nice talking to y'all.
You too,
Appreciate it,
dog.
Eric.
Take care, brother.
This part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health. And there at Montgomery Men's Health, well, they can help you men out. It's just that easy. Really, they are reinventing men's health care here in the river region.
That's right.
So if you're a dude and you have problems unique to being a dude, prostate trouble, maybe performance issues in the bedroom, ED, PE, either is fun. Or it could be you're just always feeling run down, tired, just out of sorts, like you're not just physically tired, like mentally kind of listless, and you're never in the mood either. Those could be symptoms of low T or maybe a slow metabolism. They at Montgomery Men's Health, though, can pinpoint it for you. So what you need to do is set up an appointment. Call them at 440-3663 and go in. It's only $99. In about an hour, you can know your testosterone numbers. You also get a PSA score, which is a great marker for prostate health. Less invasive way of testing that out, too. And if you do, in fact, have, say, something like low testosterone, they have treatments there at Montgomery Men's Health that can truly change your life. Most men, after these testosterone treatments, experience higher energy, better gains in the gym. Brother, better mental clarity, improved sleep patterns, and you might even notice an increased sex drive.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
There's a lot right with it, in fact. You'll be, like you used to be. So call them up today, 440-3663. That's 440-3663. Or you can always go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. And be sure to tell them that you heard about them here from Joey and Eddie on News and Views in the afternoon. More news and views, well, after this.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Is your cell phone or iPad cracked, broken, or not working right? Don't let the big carrier stores sucker you into a new $1,100 device. Let XI Repair fix your device today. XI Repair fixes cell phones, computers, laptops, iPads, game consoles, drones, and more. Their certified technicians fix hundreds of devices every day. When your device needs care, call XI Repair, 334-777-1234, or Google XI Repair.
This is your roving reporter, and today I'm talking with a famous broadcaster.
Hey man, what's happening?
Now, I understand you radio people move a lot, is that correct?
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, how does this affect your taking care of your retirement money?
Oh man, I don't give that a second thought because my buddy David Ernest, he's my money man.
Your money man?
With the money plan.
I see.
So no matter where I go up and down the dial, David has my back, you know?
I'll bet you know some phone numbers our listeners could call to talk with David Ernest.
334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839.
And he has a website at retirewithernest.com.
Hey, you're on top of it today, man.
I also understand that you hold some sort of a record in broadcasting.
Yes. I was the first person to put together a show with myself, a duck, a chicken, and a goose. But it didn't last long. We got taken off the air.
Why were you taken off the air?
Too much foul language, man.
Oh, my.
So I wasn't crazy about that one myself.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this football season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of statistics, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and an enormous selection of players and stat options are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million football fans who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/primetime and use code PRIMETIME. That's code PRIMETIME at prizepicks.com/primetime for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Hey, Tammy, let me tell you about how to bring in those big deer.
Randy, I know how to attract the big bucks.
Ha, very funny. At Prattville Farm Center, we've been helping hunters be successful for over 35 years.
We have the products, supplies, and knowledge you need to get those big bucks.
That's right, Tammy. We don't believe in gimmicks or magic seed. We just believe in sound planting practices that work.
So come see us today at 1154 South Memorial Drive in Prattville.
Now that we're done talking about those big bucks, how about those cute does?
This is Jonathan with Oswalt's Apparel and Footwear in Prattville. With all that's changed in the last decade, I really thought that radio advertising was dead, but I was wrong. We opened our store during the pandemic, and we wouldn't have been near as successful without advertising on Blue Water. Practically every day, someone comes in for the first time and tells us they heard about Oswalt's on the radio. I highly recommend advertising with Blue Water.
Radio works. It's as simple as that. Call us to find out how radio can work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Business sentiment among major Japanese manufacturers improved July to September for the second straight quarter.
The Bank of Japan's quarterly survey measured business sentiment among major manufacturers at +9. That's up from +5 in June. Sentiment among major non-manufacturers rose 4 points to +27 in the sixth consecutive quarter of improvement and the most positive result in about 3 decades.
And that's correspondent Jeremy House. Tesla delivered 27% more vehicles in the third quarter compared to a year ago, but still missing analyst expectations. Coming off the worst month of the year so far, Wall Street mixed at mid-morning. The markets are anticipating a slew of employment data later in the week. Reports due on job openings, layoffs, and the comprehensive monthly jobs report is due out on Friday. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, where dump truck drivers are in demand. Wiley Sanders is on the grow. We need dump truck drivers now. Call 855-77-9785.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Our storm-free, uneventful pattern continues today. Sunshine, warm for October with comfortable humidity, though. High temperature up to about 88. Another nice easterly breeze today, mostly clear, comfortably cool tonight, overnight low 61. Tomorrow and Wednesday, still dry, lots of sun. High temperatures right around 90 both days. That's warm for October. We'll be in the low 60s at night, and then a small chance of showers by Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank has a long history of stability and a legacy of serving our community's needs for generations since we began in 1906. At CB&S Bank, we're here for you. All loans subject to credit approval, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228. If you want to get in on the program, 272-9228. Now, there is a big battle in Congress, but honestly, folks, I think it's a joke. It's an unfunny joke, the way we continue to govern. With these continuing resolutions, and you know what? This whole idea, well, if the process was just a little better, if you did the individual spending bills, really, it sounds like you're still spending. Sounds like you're not tackling the big issues. In particular, you had Republicans who were backing Kevin McCarthy's approach, saying, well, they're, Matt Gaetz and them, they stopped a very conservative bill that would have done border security funding. Really? Under this administration, it would have done that? You gonna remove all the executive orders that have the border control, like cutting razor wire and whatnot? Getting rid of what Texas is trying to do? Is more money there really gonna solve the problem with this administration in charge? And then McCarthy and team would go on to say, oh, and we were gonna get some big cuts in discretionary funding. Discretionary funding is a partial amount of what's driving the debt. That is not what is driving the debt. By any means. But because y'all know you'll only be punished by voters for actually taking on the big issues, you're going to continue to talk a big game like we're fighting the good fight. We Republicans are sticking it to the Democrats, while actually not doing any of that. It's all show. It's all show at the end of the day. I think we are a nation addicted to the idea that political power can set us free from any pain and suffering. We don't have to follow common sense. We don't have to pay for the consequences of our actions. No, you can always be bailed out by the government. And it's one thing to say this person's completely down and out, this person's homeless, they're drug addicted, they need help. You know what? I have it in my heart, and I think a vast majority of Americans have it in their heart to help that person too. Though don't get me wrong, there's some people you go try to help in that situation, and there ain't no helping them. But what I'm talking about is, in the big banks and the big corporate interest that fund both parties. We just had a huge problem here. And I know we made billions last year, but you got to bail us out again. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it's going to lead us to ruin. So, in all honesty, I don't think there are any good guys here. We'll get into the clips in a second. Between Matt Gaetz and Kevin McCarthy and all the sparring going on, I suppose the good news is that we averted a government shutdown, but is it really good news? Because it seems like, again, more of the same, while y'all create all that fanfare that, we did so well. So think about it. If you're an addict, if you're caught in the grip of addiction, you might, if you're an addict might think if he scores more drugs after a withdrawal scare, when those acute symptoms start to set in, an addict might believe he's won a victory. Thank God I found my drugs. I found my fix. In the moment, he may even laugh that he has once again put off the pain by scratching his peculiar itch. But the pain is never truly gone. Just held at bay. To be felt another day, the addict hopes will never arrive. Thus, even the briefest of reliefs is reason enough for the addict to celebrate. Yet over time, the addict's celebrations become smaller and smaller. His moments of relief start to feel as thin as paper cuts, as his itch begins to burn like an open wound. Any momentary satisfaction he felt is now tainted by the fear and anxiety of finding the next satisfaction that won't quite satisfy. The addict's tragedy only grows when he becomes all too aware of his self-destruction, realizing his habits have hardened him into all he's got. So he continues trading pain for pain, having gone insane with the false consolation that more of the same is the only way to hold off the final day of reckoning. Indeed, a life gripped by addiction is a series of short, farcical victories that spell long, tragic defeat, where even the so-called daily winners end up losers in the long run. This is true for individuals as well as entire nations. Just look at the reoccurring government shutdown story arc. It could be considered a farce in the short term, yet in the long run, the brief jokes are adding up to the makings of an addict's tragedy. A truly painful disaster is on the horizon, yet the American people and their government remain addicted. What is our national addiction? Again, you could say government power and privilege mainlined through debt, but that's not quite it. Those are merely the chosen mechanisms to keep the lies alive and make the nightmare seem like a dream. A better question is, what's the underlying cause here? When you think about somebody who's addicted, it's often not just, the chemical hook just got me so much. So if somebody's using hardcore drugs, they probably have something, psychologically speaking, going on that is causing their abuse of that sort of substance. So when you think about the United States as a nation and our addiction, what's the underlying cause here? And the answer is the innate assumption that political power can save the people from themselves and hold off the inevitable pain and suffering baked into our actions. Republicans, Democrats, conservatives, progressives, independents, moderates, and even anarchic malcontents like me who wish the government would just leave us alone. We are all addicts now. We have become much too accustomed to stretching the soup, managing our national problems without any intention of ever solving them. Some cynics, the cynical among us, might even say most of our politicians are just drug dealers who have learned to milk our problems to their benefit while leaving the customer dependent on their service without fully killing them. At this point, I suspect only a great calamity will change the national addiction to political power. I also suspect, as usual, that our elected leaders in Washington, D.C. will only blame others, taking no responsibility whatsoever when their patronage systems of dependency and legalized graft go belly up, leaving people on the margins truly desperate. We didn't get to this point because of what we Americans think is true or what we most want to do. Nor was it our ideals that got us here. Instead, it was those innate assumptions that went unexamined. Those warp, tight, shut habits, like a warp, tight, shut door or window. Those habits have become all we've got. Enjoy the high for now, America. Rock bottom awaits us all. Hopefully, the eventual withdrawal won't kill too many people in the process. 272-9228 is part of the program, brought to you by Ashley and her team there at Pest Pro Services. And of course, they can help you with all your pest control needs. You don't have a pest control company, or you're frustrated with your current one, why not make Pest Pro Services your everyday pest control company? They can get you on a quarterly schedule, or if you do have an immediate emergency, say termites have hit your property, or you've got a wasp nest in the attic, or maybe you've got a huge fire ant problem on that big property you own, Pest Pro can deal with all of it. They've got great people on the team that have unique specialties, and they can help you depending on your problem. So check out Pest Pro Services today. They're growing leaps and bounds over the last several years, and mostly because they are, well, I think the best. They're just great people who not only provide great service, but they also give back to the community. They're a true local institution here in the River Region. So check them out today. You can always call Ashley and her team at 265-9990. That's 265-9990. Or just go to ppsriverregion.com or search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces. When you want to know, call a pro, Pest Pro Services. And be sure to tell them you heard about them here on News and Views in the afternoon. More news and views after this very quick break. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation.
Know whether he's coming or going. But whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Hi, I'm Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. If you're looking for waterproof carpet, hardwood, laminate, vinyl plank, or ceramic tile, call us today for your free measurement.
During Prattville Carpet's fall sale, you can get Mohawk waterproof flooring, regularly priced at $11 per foot installed, right now priced at $7 per foot installed. That's huge fall savings. And get interest-free financing for up to 12 months with approved credit. Call 285-8117 or visit PrattvilleCarpet.com.
Prattville Carpet, we're more than just carpet.
We get Montgomery talking 24 hours a day. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation. Now, I've said my piece. I've said what I think about this whole farce that is leading to a much grander tragedy. These constant debt fights, whether it's a government shutdown or the debt ceiling or... Yeah. Y'all aren't changing. And I think it's because, I don't just blame the politicians, I think there are a lot of Americans, if you told them we're going to have to cut back, we're going to have to get our house in order, they would scream bloody murder. And the kicker would be, it wouldn't be the folks who need the help the most. It wouldn't be the average working class person. It wouldn't be the average middle class person. It wouldn't be the poor, the disabled, the old who need the help, who would probably yell and scream the most. It would be your big interests who have gotten way too addicted to the government taint, suckling away every year and sapping the people of their wealth in the name of course, creating wealth for the people. Yeah, if you want to take advantage of people, exploit folks, just convince them that you're serving them. Works like a charm, works every time. Now, we're getting some comments rolling in here on the funky live stream today. Again, folks, something's all screw with the equipment here. But the Romex Angler, trusty commenter on the live stream, Joey Clark Live on YouTube, folks. Joey Clark Live on YouTube. Like and subscribe. He says, Romex says, I hate to tell you that vodka bottle is showing in the background. The one with the red cap. Oh, wait, no. That's just, I think that's just Sky Mosley's water that he keeps far away and capped. I wish it was vodka. I would. No, I wouldn't. That's against the rules here on radio. Now, since I've said my piece, and since I'm not allowed to drink on air, why don't we just get more frustrated by the back and forth? Let's start with the guy who's supposed to be the leader of the Republican Party within the House of Representatives. Supposed to be the leader of the entire House. The one, the only, Kevin McCarthy. And, well, this is Kevin McCarthy on CBS Face the Nation. And, well, take it away, Kevin. You aren't governing. Kicking the can down the road and not solving the problem, just giving the American people another hit so they can get high again and act like there's no issue here, just keep it going. That's not governing. Or at least it's not governing well, Kevin. And anybody that challenges this guy, well, you're just trying to hurt folks. You sound like a frickin' Democrat. No, you know what you sound like, Kevin. You sound like a Republican. The Republicans I've come to know and not love. They'll talk a big game about limited government, but don't cut my massive, wasteful military project in my district. It's crucial to the national defense. Oh, sure it is. Be interesting to see if we actually had to fight a real war, what was actually crucial, and what is just a vanity project for some senator. Let's let Kevin continue.
Lead on this.
Yeah, look, Gates is trying to work with Democrats. He's reached out to Swalwell, to AOC, and others. But if that's the way we're going to govern, I don't think America is going to be successful. Look, at the end of the day, think of everything we've been able to accomplish so far. Parents' Bill of Rights. We passed the most conservative bill to protect our border.
He's going to keep listing this stuff, folks. Parents' Bill of Rights to protect our border. Is the border secured, Kevin? Are parental rights actually being secured as well? Because he's going to keep listing all this stuff. Oh, we're getting work done. We passed it. Is it law? Does it have a chance at the Senate? Does it have a chance of being signed by the president? Of course not. And you know that. Anybody with a brain who follows this stuff knows that. You act like these things where you go through the motions. Oh, we've accomplished so much. You have not accomplished squat. You knew you wouldn't accomplish squat by passing all these things. It's just virtue signaling. You know, if you actually cared, you would use the leverage you have to get things done. Instead, you want to be a show pony. Kevin McCarthy, the show pony. Look how much we're fighting while we get nothing done. But keep listing all your fake accomplishments, sir.
America energy independent. We've been able to cut $2 trillion in the debt ceiling, get work requirements back in. The hard part we have right now is the Senate has not passed one appropriation bill. Each body's supposed to pass 12. We've passed more than 70% of the discretionary spending already.
But those
I thought it was
no
appropriate.
chance of surviving in the Senate and making it into law.
Well, you said
And we
that.
have
You
45
said that
days to
same
go here.
thing when we stopped the DC from decriminalizing everything. You said the same thing when we said we're going to stop
I don't
the
think
pandemic.
I ever talked about those things.
Well, no,
to be honest
you
with
and maybe
But-
the press would think, why pass it? Because the Senate won't take it up and won't sign it. Most of it in the press probably thought we would have shut down yesterday too, but no, we did not.
Were you confident we wouldn't shut down?
I was confident I could get something on the floor to make sure the option that we would not.
But
that
you
our
weren't sure it was gonna
military.
pass.
Well, I wasn't sure it was going to pass. You want to know why? Because the Democrats tried to do everything they can not to let it pass. They did dilatory.
Democrats were the ones who voted for this
did you
in a larger
watch
number than Republicans to keep the continuing resolution.
What a weenie. Acting like you being backed into a corner and kind of getting a thing is some accomplishment. Passing bills that won't actually ever be law. No, Kevin McCarthy's been successful because Kevin McCarthy knows how to service donors. And I'm not just talking about passing laws that favor him. He knows how to service them all right. Just look at his face. It's not just a money thing with Kevin. He enjoys it. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. Former President Trump in a New York court for trial in a lawsuit that could cost him control of Trump Tower and other prized properties. Mr. Trump vows to defend his reputation in a case he calls a sham. The search continues for a missing 9-year-old girl who had been seen camping with her family in upstate New York. Charlotte Cena was last seen on Saturday evening at Moreau Lake State Park, about 35 miles north of Albany. Police say it was possible that she was abducted. California Governor Gavin Newsom has named Democratic strategist LaFonza Butler to fill the U.S. Senate seat that was made vacant by Senator Dianne Feinstein's death. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 165 points. The NASDAQ is up 33 points. This is SRN News.
Donald Trump's indictment proves that saving America is not going to be easy. There are entrenched powers that are fighting this with everything they've got. They want to keep control over the country, the narrative, and the nation's money supply. Hi, I'm Lance Wallnau. I'm a news analyst, a Christian author, and evangelical leader. I speak to millions of people every week, people just like you. You see, what the elites are doing is using inflation and government handouts and now central bank digital currencies to determine how they're going to control America. And that's why I recommend all Christians start a gold IRA from the Birch Gold Group. Because physical precious metals are one of the few ways you can maintain control over your own savings. To get a free info kit on gold IRAs, text the word faith to 989898. Birch Gold Group is the only gold company I trust. Get their free info kit and you'll see why a gold IRA can help you. There are no strings attached. Text the word faith to 989898 and you're going to be blessed by taking action right now.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. Alabama Wholesale Lumber, the best quality building materials in the river region for decades. From common builds to special orders and local delivery. Call Alabama Wholesale Lumber.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Our storm-free, uneventful pattern continues today. Sunshine, warm for October with comfortable humidity, though. High temperature up to about 88. Another nice easterly breeze today. Mostly clear, comfortably cool tonight. Overnight low 61. Tomorrow and Wednesday, still dry, lots of sun. High temperatures right around 90 both days. That's warm for October. We'll be in the low 60s at night, and then a small chance of showers by Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Web Bobo with Capital Tractor. The weather's always changing. Hot as blazes 1 minute, raining cats and dogs the next. What doesn't change is the dependability of Kubota's L-Series compact tractors to handle it all. Kubota and Capital Tractor, Montgomery, Brundage, and Greenville.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting Newsroom, here's today's top stories. Pike County and Headland High Schools have been ordered to suspend their football programs. Following a hard hit in Friday night's game, players fought until police had to be called in and officials suspended the game. Pike County also suspended their homecoming activities. The Montgomery Police Department kicked off Faith and Blue Weekends Sunday. The event featured a car show at the Union Station train shed. Montgomery residents were able to see how multi-agency law enforcement vehicles operate and ask police officers questions. In college football news, Alabama moves up to number 11 with a road win over Mississippi State. Meanwhile, Auburn lost a close one. The Tigers dropped a heartbreaker to number 1 Georgia on the Plains. From the Blue Water Broadcasting Newsroom, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
It's the 70th Alabama National Fair, October 6th through the 15th. Enjoy the rides, circus, shows, and the food. Opening day, get it for $1 when you bring a non-perishable food item for the food bank. And check the fair's outside stage with nightly entertainment, plus all the free shows daily. Save time. Skip the line, buy in advance from the fair website or the free fair app in your app store. 17 and under must be accompanied by a parent or guardian, 21 years of age or older.
It's the best 10 days of fall.
Alabama National Fair.
Sponsored by the Kiwanis Club of Montgomery, Hyundai Motor Manufacturing Alabama, and Coca-Cola.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228. Apologize that the live stream's a little funky today, but that's sometimes how things are. Now we go from Kevin McCarthy to Baby Gates. Matt Gaetz of Florida. You know, there were rumors he was going to run for Senate in Alabama. Moved. I mean, the Panhandle, where he represents Florida, is pretty much very, very similar. Reminds me of home here in Alabama. But this is Matt Gaetz' side of the story there when it comes to the shutdown. How much makeup is he wearing in this? He's extra shiny today. Anyway, guess he's going to the same makeup artist as Gavin Newsom. Let's hear from Representative Gaetz on why he's giving Kevin McCarthy a hard time. Let's listen in.
They did. So we were always ending up here. Here's where I want to break the fever. Since the mid-90s, this country has been governed by either continuing resolution or omnibus spending.
And you have voted for continuing resolution in the past.
Well, I'm 5 years sober voting for continuing resolutions, and I should note that during those years, President Trump was growing the economy. But January marked a difference.
Deficit.
Yeah, and you know what?
Growing the deficits as well.
I regret
growing the deficits as well.
But we were growing the economy, and look.
You're talking about the national debt. You were growing. What did he add? $7 trillion, $8 trillion to the national debt.
And by the way, I voted against 10 continuing resolutions under Donald Trump. I did not stand with Donald Trump on all of his spending priorities. I voted against way more than I voted for.
I don't know what this shutdown did to help the cause.
What shutdown?
The shutdown that almost happened.
Okay, so there wasn't a shutdown. So
there wasn't a shutdown. Like, why is the shutdown the worst thing in the world? Keep going.
The threat of shutdown that you created.
We have to break the fever. We have to move to single subject spending bills.
You broke a fever?
No, we didn't, unfortunately. That's why we have to now move to vacate, because we have to get a system where the House and Senate will negotiate over each of these agencies of government independently. And I understand that in divided government, that means that you have to take into account the views of Senate Democrats, the views of the White House. But what I want to
do? You understand that?
Of course.
Because you're on the floor of the House talking about what Kevin McCarthy needs to do is to allow line item vetoes by people like you.
That's not true.
Line item votes against the salaries of people who are investigating Donald Trump, the salaries of individuals who are offering sweetheart deals to Hunter Biden. That, to me, is not the language of somebody who understands the balance of power in House and the Senate and how all legislation actually functions.
Well, I think I do.
That, to me, is the language
Jake,
of somebody
let me
who is
explain to you.
looking for clicks and likes and Fox hits, not somebody who...
Said the TV host who invited this guy on. And I'm sure Matt Gaetz is getting more clicks and likes and views than you are, Jake Tapper. Would CNN just die already? Why do all the good things die and then these zombies and vampires keep on living? Anyway, I love that critique. Well, these politicians just want TV. How do you think the system works right now?
actually is trying to reduce the debt.
Well, you might want to check Fox. I haven't been hitting there as much recently. What I can tell you is that the way the legislative process works, as a 12-year lawmaker in the state and federal level, the House passes legislation, the Senate passes legislation, and then you work to iron out those differences. I believe the best way to advance the interest of the American people is for the House to take the most conservative position and then engage that negotiation. Where that negotiation has failed all Americans of all stripes is when it centers around what ornament you're going to hang on a continuing resolution or an omnibus bill. The responsible, sober, adult way to handle this is with individual spending bills open to amendment. And by the way, if people don't want to vote for the amendments that reduce salaries or cut spending or engage in programmatic analysis, they can vote no. And then the voters can hold people accountable. But the reason we sit atop a $33 trillion debt is because a system has been designed in Washington, D.C. where no one is responsible for the spending.
But where are you?
I want to force the votes. And here's what you're missing. McCarthy agreed to this. So you may not like this deal. You may think that it's too many votes and too much governing. But McCarthy agreed to it in January, and his breach of that
I don't have an opinion on it one way or the other.
Oh, sure,
I actually
Jay.
agree with your position on the fact that we
welcome aboard.
I've been here long before you were born, my friend. But like we spend way too much money and we don't take in 100%.
Yeah,
I agree.
We spend
but where
$7
are
trillion
you?
and taken $5.
But where are you when it comes to Senate Democrats who actually control the Senate and the president? And you could force the president's hand if you actually worked with Senate Democrats and got some sort of bill in front of him. That's how you force it.
Well, in the time I've been here, we have not been able to cleave Senate Democrats away from President Biden.
How many Senate Democrats do you know?
True.
How many do you talk to?
Well, I've talked to several of them. I go over to the Senate as much as many House members. I've talked to Senator Manchin, talked to Senator Sinema. She and I served together in the House. We've had a number of folks go from the House to the Senate.
One last question, because the reason I know.
But by the way, it's really important you get this point. I'm okay with bipartisan negotiation. I just want it to be on single subject spending bills, not on a global deal that funds the whole government or doesn't.
And the appropriations bills are going through the process at
a snail's pace until I held a political gun to McCarthy's head and forced the Congress to stay until midnight to take these votes.
You should
and
talk
move
to the
these bills.
Appropriations Committee. There are 4 members of the Freedom Caucus on it.
The Appropriations Chairman left the meeting we were having to iron these things out to go to a lobbyist fundraiser.
Last question for you, because the reason you talk about this being about the issue and not animus is because there are a lot of people, a lot of House Republicans who think that there is this personal animus between you and Speaker McCarthy. And I just have to ask you, how much do you blame Speaker McCarthy for the fact that you are under investigation by the House Ethics Committee? How much is that part of what's going on here?
Not at all. Jake, I am the most investigated man in the United States Congress. I've been cleared by the DOJ, the FEC by a 5-0 vote, and the people who spread criminal lies about me are sitting in federal prison right now. So I'm fine being investigated by anyone and everyone.
I have seen personal communications between you and other people in which you blame McCarthy for your ethics investigation.
When Kevin McCarthy went out publicly and said, this isn't about me breaking my word, it's because Gaetz has ethics problems, certainly that was him gaslighting the Ethics Committee. But here's the thing, Jake, I'm not alone. People can say this is a party of one. I have tens of millions of Americans who stand with me on this, and I have a requisite number of House Republicans, a sufficient number to ensure that we don't own Kevin McCarthy anymore. By week's end, he will either not be Speaker or he will be Speaker serving at the pleasure of House Democrats.
To be continued. We'll see what happens.
Or he will be Speaker serving at the pleasure of House Democrats. We'll see if Matt Gaetz, when he makes good on his threat. I think he is going to make good on it to try to vacate the chair as the procedure they're talking about. But Matt Gaetz can be a politician as much as anybody else. I think he's got his things who isn't full of crap. But I think he's actually trying to use the small amount of leverage he has to improve the process. The dirty little secret is folks like Jake Tapper, as much as he might deny it. Maybe he's actually frustrated by it. But let's focus not just on the media, but Kevin McCarthy, Mitch McConnell, Chuck Schumer, Joe Biden, all these folks will say, oh, we don't need to shut down politics anymore. Well, okay, but y'all seem to always drive the car to the cliff and then blame others who go, wait, what about all this irresponsible stuff you've brought on the trip with us? Oh, well, if you want to reassess this right now when we're hanging off a cliff, I guess y'all are the one who keep driving us to the cliff. The establishment loves this game. They love these massive omnibus spending bills. It's why Kevin McCarthy dropped the ball on this after making promises to Gates. So good on Gates of trying to hold him to his word. And that one little tidbit Matt Gaetz put out there, that is, we're sitting here trying to have a meeting with McCarthy's folks, in particular the chair of the Appropriations Committee, you know, the folks that kind of move all the dollars and cents around. In the middle of that meeting trying to iron this out, this was weeks ago. Remember him talking about it at the time on Tim Pool's show. In the middle of that meeting, that chairwoman gets up and has to leave because there's a lobbyist fundraiser to go to. This is how DC actually works. If you wonder why is it that you'll hear Republicans complain, you'll hear conservatives complain, you'll hear certainly libertarians complain because we don't have anything else to do. It's not like we're running anything. You'll hear Democrats complain. You'll hear progressives. You'll hear all sorts of folks complain about how bad Washington, D.C. is. When you look at, say, Pew Research or Gallup polling, the popularity of Congress as a body is in the toilet. I don't think it's above 10%. When 90-something% of the American people are like, we don't like you, we think you're corrupt. And yet the process in the Congress stays the same. You got to wonder who's actually driving the car here. If the people don't feel like they're being served, who's actually being serviced here? Well, I suspect it's those big interests that know how to play the game. How did Kevin McCarthy get so powerful? How did Nancy Pelosi get power? How did Mitch McConnell? Because they knew how to raise money from certain folks and they knew how to use it and pass it around to help folks get elected or destroy somebody in the next election if need be. And if we can't wait till the election, open up all the ethics investigations. It is a dirty, dirty town that continues to act like a bunch of privileged, strung-out addicts. Why the Hunter Biden story is so apt as a symbol of our time. But, according to the Democrats at that first impeachment inquiry hearing, again, y'all are just mad that Joe loves his son. Well, okay. That's what we hate, love. Actually, you got me. I hate love. How dare a father love a son? Honestly, I don't even think human beings are good. I'm admitting it. I'm an alien here to it's absurd where things have gone in this country. Absolutely absurd nonsense on stilts, folks. 272-9228. That's 272-9228. And reminder, we're doing the live stream now. Joey Clark live on YouTube. Like and subscribe. That's Joey Clark live on YouTube. Now, this part of the program brought to you by New Look Decorating Center. And they're at New Look Decorating. Brett Lanham and his team, well, they're ready to help you with maybe a do-it-yourself job. Could be you're going to repaint the bedroom. So you need to pick out the right paint. And, of course, they've got that high-quality Benjamin Moore paint there at New Look Decorating Center. Or it could be maybe you want to restain your deck out back. They've got the stain supplies there, that Benjamin Moore stain supply. Really great stuff, all sorts of different colors and selection, and they can even give you tips and tricks so you do it yourself the right way the first time. Or maybe it's a big job that's beyond you. Repaint the whole exterior of your home, for instance. You're going to have to contract that out. The good news is at New Look Decorating Center, they know all the contractors in town. They can give you advice on who to hire. So check them out today. Go by, see Brett Lanham and the entire team, Jordan and Katie. And in fact, Katie is the person you need to ask for. That's Katie Patrick. Katie's the person you need to ask for if you're interested in wallpapers and fabrics, especially that very popular Tebow wallpaper. Katie is the wallpaper and fabric specialist there at New Look Decorating. So again, check them out. You can always call them at 271-0007 271-0007, or go to newlookdecoratingcenter.com. But I really encourage you to stop by that showroom, 6237 Atlanta Highway, right where Bell Road dead ends to Atlanta Highway. You'll see it there in all its glory. Benjamin Moore's New Look Decorating Center. And be sure to tell Brett and the entire team there that Joey from News and Views in the afternoon sent you. More news and views after this.
This is your roving reporter, and today I'm talking with a famous broadcaster. Hey man, what's happening? Oh, I understand you radio people move a lot. Is that
Sorry, folks, on the stream, restarting my normal stream computer. See if I can fix an issue here. Should have it back in a second.
with the money plan? I see. So no matter where I go up and down the dial, David has my back, you know. I'll bet you know some phone numbers our listeners could call to talk with David Ernest. 334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839. And he has a website at retirewithernest.com. And you're on top of it today, man. I also understand that you hold some sort of a record in broadcasting. Yes, I was the first person to put together a show with myself, a duck, a chicken, and a goose. But it didn't last long. We got taken off the air. Why were you taken off the air? Too much foul language, man. Oh, God. I wasn't crazy about that one myself.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even though it's difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's bias reporting? Want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. Listen to the team of journalists from Alabama News dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values. This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage.
567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. Now, moving on to more detail. And like all these things are adding up to, I don't think we're doing very well as a nation. One in particular has been military recruiting and the so-called woke virus being even in the military, which it is because it's everywhere. All these smart folks who went to prestigious colleges and they learned the right, responsible way to be. Because it keeps changing, don't you know? Really, at the end of the day, folks, social justice is just whatever fashionable elite opinion is. Now, sometimes it can go really wrong. Sometimes social justice and progressivism means sterilization and euthanasia. I'm not talking about youth in Asia programs. I mean killing somebody out of so-called mercy. But that changed. That was just the early 20th century progressives. But we've had other issues in the military, and this goes to, I'll just read it direct. This is from the Wall Street Journal. Twice a year, all members of the U.S. Armed Forces must pass a physical fitness test. When tape measures meet bellies, though, things can get complicated. I don't know. Can fit people have large waists? Are skinny people automatically in shape? Is it okay to suck in the gut? These matters have been prompting considerable navel-gazing, nicely done, whoever wrote this, in the nation's military, along with such questions as, where should the tape measure even go? I can think of one spot. And is it the right tool for modern days? The Pentagon hasn't been able to conclusively decide where a person's waist is, which presents one problem. Okay, we can't make sense of what men and women are. We don't even understand the basic value of sound money anymore. Now we don't even know where somebody's waistline is. Go hire a tailor. Exhume Harry Truman. He used to do that sort of thing. The Army says it is a soldier's belly button, which is easy to find, but kind of high. Well, I agree with that. How many of y'all wear your pants still at the belly button level? I don't love hip huggers or anything, and I admit I got a gut, but I'm not in the military. I'm not trying to... Anyway, the Army says it's the belly button. The Navy says it is at the iliac crest, which makes sense if one has ever heard of iliac before. I haven't. The Air Force and Space Force say it's between the lowest rib and the top of the hip bone. Just checking. That gum, I have gotten fat. And the Marine Corps, when measuring female Marines, uses an intricate formula that for some reason takes into account the sternum, which even a person without a PhD in physiology knows is closer to the shoulders than to what most people consider to be their waist. Now, I'm not one to criticize branches of the military, and certainly not in the Marines. But how the heck is it only for women you're taking into account the sternum? There was a whole meeting on this. Dr. Carl E. Friedel, a senior researcher scientist for the Army, recalling a 1998 National Institutes of Health gathering. It was just a hilarious talk, he says. The military definition of a waist is actually a weighty topic these days. A few extra inches of girth around the midsection can mean a person has to start a remedial exercise program or can even get kicked out for being overweight. Yeah, you big fat fatty. While the Department of Defense appears to be the quintessential top-down bureaucracy, the only real guidance it gives the services is that they come up with fitness and body composition standards consistent with established scientific principles of physical training. Well, we all know science is just racist, so you got to take that into account. And it's also sexist. So we got to take that into account. Well, we're trying to nail down the principles of science as well. Every branch of the armed forces is supposed to figure it out for itself, making for a bureaucratic mess. Again, we're talking about how the military doesn't even know where a waistline is, how to properly measure a waistline. The humble tape measure has loomed large over military life because it is something that many soldiers, no matter how fit and accomplished, have had to stomach. Okay, who wrote this with all these damn puns? Troops don't just have to be able to pass fitness tests. They have to be overweight. And that is where the, problem with waist measurement comes in. Jared Rickey has been an infantryman, Black Hawk helicopter pilot, and currently serves as spokesman for the Rhode Island National Guard. Rickey, 44, is just over 6 feet tall and regularly tips the scales at more than 200 pounds. He's always breezed through the Army's fitness tests, but for decades has had to face the tape measure to boot. It doesn't matter if your boss is cool, he said, because the tape measuring system was designed to prevent people playing favorites. Strategies to prevent shenanigans have included having tape measure wielding troops come from a different unit to prevent friends from giving each other breaks or enemies from going hard on each other. The history of military fitness standards shows it has always been as much an art as a science when it comes to judging whether a corporal is considered too corpulent to serve. I'm trying to make it through this. Too many puns. Who the heck wrote this? Ben Kessling. Mr. Ben Kessling. Too many puns, sir. Way too many. Get back to my spot here. European militaries in the 1800s made sure a fellow's chest was in good proportion to the rest of his body. In the U.S. during the Civil War, a doctor only checked to make sure a soldier's gut didn't stick out too far, according to a statistics the military published in 1875. Well, I just rewatched Gangs of New York last night. I don't know how much they were measuring anybody when they're just taking people off the streets. Hey, you just arrived on the boat. Now time to go serve your country, right? By the advent of World War I, the military was more concerned with keeping underweight and weak soldiers out of uniform than screening out overweight ones, although there was guidance that overweight people weren't suitable for cavalry service. The horses thank you. After World War II, the Army had Harvard professor Ernest Houghton apply the now discredited pseudoscience of somatotyping. What the heck is that? To try to determine what makes the best soldier. The idea was that body shape would reveal not fitness levels, but personality traits. Yeah, that sounds like a load of crap. Over time, as Americans got heavier, concern shifted from scrawny soldiers to their heftier counterparts. Each soldier is a representative of the United States government, said a 1976 revision of physical fitness and weight control regulations. Waistlines that stretch the front of an otherwise well-fitting blouse or shin and pot bellies detract from good military appearance. I get a feeling there's some bubbas out there with pot bellies that could... I wouldn't want to take them on in their own stomping grounds. Just because you got a pot belly doesn't mean you don't know how to do a little shooting here and there, how to handle a rifle. In recent years, fitness has gotten wrapped up in measuring tape, and the top brass is wondering if that is the best we can do. The military measures waistlines to determine its version of a body mass index, or BMI, an estimate of how much excess flesh a person is carrying. My guess is mine's 25%. Yeah, but if I'm saying that, it's probably 30, let's be honest. The calculation typically involves gauging a service member's height against waist girth. While waistline measurements, when done correctly, can be pretty accurate for estimating BMI, it is hard to make sure people aren't holding in their guts or that tape measures are applied to correct places. Expanding knowledge about fitness and the American physique is also changing things. A former football linebacker with a large waistline, for instance, might be the fittest person in a unit. And one problem the Army faces these days, according to the good doctor, a specialist in physiological performance, is a high number of skinny fat recruits. Aha! These people don't look out of shape, but indeed are because of sedentary lifestyles that have left them with low muscle mass and frail bones and connective tissue. At Fort Moore in Georgia, new soldiers are given calcium supplements to counter a recent uptick in broken feet and bones in the legs. It's guys who look good in skinny jeans, but they have high fat because there's no muscle, the doctor said. Further confusing matters is the growing number of women in uniform. For men, a chest-to-waist ratio is a decent determinant of body composition. But women carry weight differently than men, according to the doctor. And so after centuries of militaries trying to figure out who is fit to be in uniform, the U.S. is turning to technology. The Marine Corps still uses tape measures, but as of this year, if someone is thought to be overweight, they're given either a bioelectric impedance analysis. What's your impedance, son? Or dual energy X-ray absorptiometry. Neither sounds very flattering. It's a scan to figure out if a person is, technically speaking, overweight. Marine Corps officials said the Corps may soon only use such scanners, ditching the tape measure altogether. The Marine Corps fitness tests rely on more than just running and pull-ups, and if a Marine aces the multi-part test, then they can forego the tape no matter their body shape. Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest. How about you actually just put practical and challenges in front of these men and women and see if they can accomplish it? It doesn't matter what they look like, necessarily. Like, if you're going to be possibly in a situation where you need to hike for miles with extra weight on your back, okay, simulate that and see if the person can handle it. Like, that's just, can you practically get the job done is the question. Now, the Army has also come up with a new multi-part fitness test with 6 different exercises. A top scorer likewise gets even a stout person a waiver to avoid the dreaded measuring tape. In these cases, the service can be confident such a physical specimen definitely is in shape. In the Army's wisdom, incentivizing you to score well on the fitness test, they tricked me, said this Ricky fellow. I work out hard anyway, but now I'm pushing hard on the daily basis to score well. I like competing with the 20-year-olds. So, as Americans get fatter, yes, it is already affecting how the military decides who is fit and who is not. That's why I'm not that worried about, too much going on. Because I think Americans are too fat and medicated, so to speak, to do much. They can do a little, but to do actually a lot, I don't know about that. This is part of the program brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. And there at Alabama Home Mortgage, Kim Williams and her team, well, they're ready to help you with buying a home. The national headlines don't look great when it comes to the economy, especially the mortgage market nationwide. But that's not the way you'd make a decision for you and you buying a home. You got to think about your own economy, not the national economy, your own financial situation, not the larger one, and then make the best possible move. So Alabama Home Mortgage can help you figure that out. If you are interested in buying a home, especially if you're a first-time home buyer, they can walk you through that home buying process from pre-approval all the way to closing day. But of course, right now, all the rage is a refinance deal. So a lot of folks have a lot of debt on their back. Credit card debt, other types of debt. And if you're just sitting there paying minimal payments, you're not getting this out of the way, why not use, if you have value built up in your home in a great refinance deal through Alabama Home Mortgage to get that debt off your back. So check them out today. That number for Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. That's 567-4223. You can also visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender. More news and views in the afternoon, well, after this.
Not know whether he's coming or going. But whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
By now, your daily routine is probably a little too routine. Don't Don't you want to change? Don't you want to start playing by your own rules and escape the routine so your fantasy becomes reality? Where every night is an adventure, where new flavors are ready to be tasted, where it feels like you're a winner. Take a chance. Reward yourself. Make your routine anything but routine. Escape every day at Wind Creek Casino and on the Casinoverse app.
Actor Portrayal, based on a real patient experience.
I'm Mike. I'm a husband, proud father of 2, work my butt off 6 days a week, some nights too. When my family or my company needs me to make it happen, I make it happen. But a few months ago, I started having trouble making it happen, in the bedroom. I tried some pills online, but they didn't work. Honestly, I thought about throwing in the towel on my sex life, but I'm not that old. I still want to enjoy intimacy with my wife. Like that poet said, I don't want to just go gently into that good night. So I went to Montgomery Men's Health. Got some lab work done, was prescribed some meds, and wow, it made it happen. I can't say enough good about them. They took care of me, followed up, and made adjustments to make it happen even better. I even learned I had low testosterone, which they were also treating me for. And I have never felt better. If I were you and you're like me, I'd give them a call today at 334-440-3663 or go to montgomerymenshealth.com. If you like most guys, they'll make it happen for you too.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your fall market report on real estate in the River Region. From January through September of 2023, close to 3,600 homes have sold and closed in our area through area realtors. Our average sales price is approximately $250,000, which makes us one of the most affordable areas in the state to buy a house. So far this year, sellers that listed with an area realtor were blessed with a sales price that was 98% of the listed price or possibly above listed price. Because we have had a severe shortage of houses on the market, the buyers have had to look a little longer to find a home that satisfied their needs. Even with higher rates, local mortgage lenders have found ways for buyers to buy down rates on their mortgages and making the transition from tenants to home ownership possible. For all the details, call Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group at 221-2883 or 551-0225.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From a little fender bender to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For over 35 years, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Our storm-free, uneventful pattern continues today. Sunshine, warm for October with comfortable humidity, though. High temperature up to about 88. Another nice easterly breeze today, mostly clear, comfortably cool tonight, overnight low 61. Tomorrow and Wednesday, still dry, lots of sun, high temperatures right around 90 both days. That's warm for October. We'll be in the low 60s at night, and then a small chance of showers by Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
For the lowest prices around on flooring and DIY flooring installation supplies, Budget Floors and More is your new best friend. Luxury vinyl plank, carpet, ceramic tile, floor installation supplies, and more with prices lower than the big box stores. Budget Floors and More, Hunter Lane across from Del Rey to Publix.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Now, one story I've yet to get to. It was a big one this weekend as all the debt ceiling fighting was going on. And that's about Representative Bowman. He's, I think, still under investigation for pulling the fire alarm before government funding vote. Pulling the fire alarm. Republicans are accusing Bowman of intentionally trying to sabotage the vote. And so they're now launching an investigation. But apparently Jamal Bowman, he's a brand new representative from a Democrat from New York, He pulled a fire alarm in the Cannon House office building on Saturday ahead of the House passing a stopgap measure to fund the government ahead of their midnight deadline. This caused the building to be completely evacuated. Now, Bowman said it was an accident, but there's been all these, how would you say it, photos? Do they have those now at the Capitol building?
I believe security's pretty good there. We got pretty good camera coverage. So, yeah, we should be able to probably even have his picture with his hand on the button, I bet.
Oh.
I bet.
Here, turn that camera around for you. We don't need two angles on me necessarily.
What kind of movie you shooting over there?
All right, here we go. But, yeah, this guy was like, oh, yeah, I did it accidentally. I didn't know this would happen. But when you see the photo, folks, it looks pretty straightforward. Like, at first I wanted to give the guy benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's one of those funky doors where it's like, don't go through here, but you kind of can.
Right.
But, no, that's not the case here. Correct me if I'm wrong, Yeti, but this was like one of those classic big red things on the wall. On the top, it's got like a red pull-down switch.
Yeah.
And on the top, it says, in all caps, fire.
I believe that's it. I believe that's internationally known, Joey, as a fire alarm.
Why would you? Oh yeah, the water cooler's right over there.
Mm-hmm.
No, not the fire extinguisher, you dope.
Right.
But I want to hear this guy's explanation.
All right.
Because he put out a lengthy statement, and I think we should all read it together, folks. Like, this is a truly remarkable occurrence. Like, either this guy was trying to sabotage the vote, or he's just that dumb.
Ah.
Now, there are a lot of dumb folks. I can be real dumb, too. I mean,
At moment, but just a lot
we
of
all got our
coincidences
moments.
here.
We can all be dumb. So let's pull this up on the live stream. Again, folks, you can go to Joey Clark Live. That's Joey Clark Live on YouTube to check out, well, our ugly faces today.
Oh, yeah.
I've still not gotten any word on the new niece or nephew coming.
Nothing there?
But here is what Congressman Jamal Bowman had to say.
Jamal Bowman.
Quote, I want to personally clear up confusion surrounding today's events. Today, as I was rushing to make a vote, I came to a door that is usually open for votes, but today would not open. I am embarrassed to admit that I activated the fire alarm, mistakenly thinking it would open the door. I regret this and sincerely apologize for any confusion this caused. But I want to be very clear. This was not me, in any way, trying to delay any vote. It was the exact opposite. I was trying urgently to get to a vote, which I ultimately did, and joined my colleagues in a bipartisan effort to keep our government open. Great job, guys. I also met after the vote with a sergeant of arms in the Capitol Police at their request and explained what had happened.
Oh.
My hope is that no one will make more of this than it was. Okay. I am working hard every day, including today, to do my job, to do it well, and deliver for my constituents. Peace and love, Congressman Jamal Bowman.
Aren't these things happening just a little bit too often now? We can no longer say it's coincidence and ignorance and I just hit the wrong button. I mean, they're releasing documents they're not supposed to be releasing. It's just kind of adding up to, at what point do we get to call BS?
No, I'm trying to think what's worse. If, like, this, say Barry Moore did this. Barry wouldn't do this. But say Barry Moore, our congressman, did this.
Okay.
What's worse? That he was trying to stop a vote on the floor by pulling the fire alarm and getting everybody evacuated. Or that he mistook a classic fire alarm for a way to open a closed door. Like, if it was your congressman, and that it's either one or two explanations, which one would you find the most redeeming?
None of the above?
No, you got it's a binary choice, like a lot of things in life, Eddie.
Yeah.
Either on or off. Which one, A or B?
I'll go with A. He's just a moron.
He's just a moron. You would rather your congressman just be a moron than...
I'd rather him admit to that than saying that he's a cheat.
Well, it's just... Also, if that was his goal to, like, stop the vote, it didn't work.
Well, he said he was running late, so was his attempt to pull that lever So he would get there on time so his vote would count? If that's the case.
I don't know. Because there's usually, you'll hear it with folks in the background, both I think on Goat Hill and up in Washington, D.C., where you hear like a little alert over the loudspeakers, like bling, bling, or like
I would
beeps
assume
or
there'd
something.
be something, yeah.
Yeah, it's like get to the floor,
Even
get
at
to
the
the
Hyundai
floor.
plant, we had the bells that rang and told you to come back from lunch.
Yeah, can you imagine being in the middle of some thing with the intern when your wife's away and all of a sudden, bing, 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 you gotta...
I could not
Isn't that what the
imagine.
interns are for?
I could not imagine such a thing.
Good answer on your part. Oh, and by the way, speaking of more political news, we'll get to this more in detail. But you know how it's, when somebody dies, I know the partisan politics, and I could list all the bad things Dianne Feinstein did. Folks could list all the good things too, I'm sure. It's a long career. I hope she did both good and bad.
You'd hope so. You'd hope so.
I'm not one to, it's very rare that I want to dance on somebody's grave, I'll put it that way.
Okay.
But with Feinstein out now, passed away.
I don't know if we get her to retire, by the way.
Gavin Newsom has picked a replacement. And it won't be just like a interim where you got to run again quick. No, this will be the rest of the term.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And Gavin Newsom, has picked a former Kamala Harris advisor.
Oh, good deal.
She runs a thing called Emily's List, which
Emily's
is
List.
dedicated to getting women elected all over the country.
Well, good for her.
But she doesn't live in California, or at least she appeared to have scrubbed all of her...
She got smart, she got the heck out?
Yeah, she realized on her Twitter it said that she lived in like Maryland or something. And so she's, no, I live in California. I live in California. That's my main residence. I live in California. Oh, and by the way, it's a historic pick by Gavin Newsom. It's going to be the first openly black lesbian in the Congress. Historic day. We should all celebrate when black lesbians finally have their place in the sun. This is progress, people. Progress.
Was that part of the requirements?
I don't know if he
Or
put
would
in
you
the
just be
whole...
lucky that, hey, she has all the requirements and she also happens to be black and lesbian? Or is it, I need a black lesbian, go find me one I can put in this spot, we can fill in all the rest?
I think he did say, I'm going to pick a black woman. But then the one black woman that was obvious was Karen Bass. She's had an amazing career in the
that's what I
House.
had heard, yeah.
And yeah, there are some of these folks who've been working a long time. Like, for instance, I disagree with Terry Sewell on a lot. I like Terry Sewell. Just when you get to know her and see how she
On the
operates.
personal level. Whole different deal.
I like Terry.
Right.
The same thing I'd imagine with somebody like Karen Bass. But Newsom essentially started like getting all mealy-mouthed. Well, not, I said a black woman, but not Karen. Like, whoa, Gavin.
Was she not black enough?
No, I think she was just, there were all sorts of reasons that, well, Newsom, I'm sure, wasn't as dumb as Blagojevich, who said, this thing I got is effing golden. But I bet you that was in his mind. Like, who am I going to pick to get a reward here?
That's part of the job, in that, is it not? I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
So, good for California. At least it's not Adam Schiff. I will take a liberal black lesbian over that guy any day of the week.
You say that now.
Well,
You
we'll
say
see
that
how she
now.
is. But I'd imagine she's not going to be as miserable as that freak.
I sure hope not. Man, I hope not.
They should get rid of, they brought back the dress code in the Senate.
Yeah, I heard.
But they should get rid of it again. Just maybe like on Fridays, you can just let it all hang out.
Freaky Fridays?
Yeah.
Be
We'll be
careful
right
what
back.
you wish for, Joey.
Hopefully we'll have Michael Cohen on the other side of this break.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Looking for insurance, or maybe you're just not satisfied with your current carrier? How does quality coverage with local service and competitive rates sound to you? The folks at Stark Agency offer just that. Whether you need insurance for your business, car, home, or life, Stark Agency can help. As an independent insurance agency with over 20 of the top insurance carriers, Stark is sure to find the perfect match for you and your loved ones. Visit their site at starkagency.com or give them a call at 334-263-5535 for a quote today.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader back in the studio with me. Everything all right in your world?
All good, dude. Daddy had to go to work for a minute. All is good.
Now, how rude of me, but the name of this appointee is LaFonza Butler.
LaFonza?
LaFonza.
I like that.
Butler. Yeah, she's just on TV. No, she has a certain quality about her. When I saw her, I get it. And if she's been running these national campaigns, I'm like, okay, let's see why the Democrats will pick her. But here's the deal. After she was appointed to be California's newest senator, eyebrows are already being raised because it appears that she's registered to vote in Maryland.
Oh.
With an address in the state of Maryland, which is on the other side of the country, right?
You know how they're going to react to this? What about Tommy? He's in Florida, but you'll have him in Alabama. Wait and see, buddy. Wait and see. They're still fighting that stupid battle.
Oh, yeah. Are we still doing the stupid partisan game? Is that what we do here?
Every day. Every day.
Your guys suck. Well, y'all suck worse. It's like, hey, maybe we all suck. And I'm so tired of this fight. I'm tired of it. I want a divorce now. Sorry, I was letting
Sign me up.
I think that had something
Sign me up.
to do with something other than politics. I apologize, folks. I had to just let it out there for a second. But yeah, her name is LaFonza Butler, and folks notice that registration records indicate that she lives in Silver Spring, Maryland, with her mailing address the same as a residential. She registered as a Democrat as of September 12th, 2022. So it wasn't like, a while back, or I got a beach house or something.
Right.
She's president of Emily's List, the self-described nation's largest resource dedicated to electing Democratic pro-choice women to so it's not, they wouldn't like Katie Britt.
Oh, doesn't quite fit the mold.
Right. They wouldn't like, they might like Susan Collins of Maine.
Right.
Don't make me wear a bikini. I'll
Please.
show those tatas.
Please.
So, on Sunday night, the newest California senator's biography on Emily's List on that website said LaFonza grew up in Magnolia, Mississippi, and attended one of, is that MS, Mississippi?
I believe so.
And attended one of the country's premier historically black colleges and universities, Jackson State University. She lives in Maryland with her partner and their daughter.
They forgot that part, huh? That the dole.
As of
lives
7
in
a.m.
Maryland.
Monday, the organization has removed that line that she lives in Maryland. And also on her Twitter, it's very clear she just changed it too. So maybe it was just maybe she moved recently.
Yeah, another convenient mistake.
Anyway, let's go to Michael Cohen of Cohen's Electronics and Appliances. Hey, Michael, how are you today?
Well, I was doing pretty good, but listening to this.
I mean, thank God we don't live in...
Where do you go from here?
Well, thank God we don't live in California. I'll just say that.
That's true. The weather ain't worth that.
But he's going to try to make the rest of the country just as abysmal as California.
Oh,
that's the plan.
Without the weather and the beaches.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, they're going to keep trying, all right. But, this makes me happy talking about the great products and services you have there at Cohen's Electronics and Appliances. So when I'm thinking about my kitchen, I just cleaned it up, actually. Some stuff is just too far gone, just threw it out.
Okay,
Just
good
threw it
idea.
out. But I started looking in the kitchen now that it's cleaned up. I'm like, what would I want to upgrade? And I think the number one thing is I'm tired of the coil electric stovetop.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
What other options are there other than that kind of classic coil system?
Well, a lot of people have the Saran top, which is just a kind of a glass top. But the really incredible way to go is to go with something that's called induction. And induction can actually boil water faster than a gas range can do it.
Oh, wow.
So, but it's still electric, but it goes really fast. It turns off really fast. It cools quicker. Everything about it's better than cooking with a regular electric, and it rivals the gas without any of the smell or having to have your house replumbed to get gas where you have electricity today.
Now, are there, sometimes I think of something like a microwave. Microwave's a microwave. But are there like kind of breakthroughs, or like if I want a top-end microwave, does that sort of thing exist?
I think a lot of people get, well, first of all, with microwaves, you can get the kind that you put on a countertop, or you can get the one that's over the range. If you're really a big cook, you don't want to get the one that goes over the range. You want to have a real hood that can actually suck out a lot of that grease and everything that gets into the air. But KitchenAid makes some really nice units that go over the range that are very nice microwaves. It's not what I would term as a disposable microwave like we typically think.
Right, that makes sense. And folks, when we do these calls with Michael, we're just scratching the surface here. So I encourage you all to go to thinkcohens.com, an incredible selection, or just stop by the store there on the boulevard. But it's really the service y'all provide. So whether we're talking, kitchen appliances or washer dryer units or big screen TVs or audio equipment, y'all can actually just go and set it up for people and deliver it.
Yeah, and that's really the biggest part, especially in the electronic world, is getting something set up, getting it on your Wi-Fi, getting it to where your phone, if it's capable, can communicate with it and everything. There's a lot of little tricks of the trade that our guys learned, and he can kind of whiz through it for you. I've even been to a customer's house to help him put a big TV on the wall, and you sit there and you watch him with the remote control typing in the customer's passwords. I mean, it's just blip, 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 where the rest of us are over there henpecking, trying to move the cursor from square to square and then find select, and then we hit the wrong one, we have to back up, and he just makes everything look stupid simple.
There you go. And so if folks want to get in touch, they can call you at 277-8890?
Yes, sir. Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, and on Saturdays, 9 to 4. And we're here on 2515 Eastern Boulevard. You can come see us. We'd like to ask you some questions. We want you to ask us questions, and we want to help you make the right decision for whatever your needs are, whether they're in the appliance world or the electronic world.
Well, I appreciate the time and appreciate your sponsorship. And, well, I'm a happy customer of Cohen's, folks. So y'all check them out today. We'll talk again soon, Michael. Thank you.
Take care, Joey.
272-9228. T-Spear, hold your horses. We got to hit this top of the hour break. More news and views on a Monday. Still waiting on any word about the baby. Yeah, my brother, for those who don't know, my brother and his wife are at the hospital as we speak, expecting the delivery of their first child as a married couple. And we don't know if it's a niece or a nephew. They've waited to the day.
So excited.
So I'm very excited for that news.
Are you going to be an uncle or an aunt?
You're so stupid. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. One of House Speaker Kevin McCarthy's harshest critics plans to make good on his threat to remove the California Republican from his leadership post. Representative Matt Gaetz says he will use a procedural tool called a motion to vacate to try and strip McCarthy of his office. The UN Security Council is scheduling a vote for today on a resolution that would authorize a one-year deployment of an international force. That's to help Haiti quell a surge in gang violence. Georgia remains number 1 in the Associated Press college football poll. Number 2, Michigan, was nearly passed by number 3, Texas. Number 4, Ohio State, and Florida State remained at number 5. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 185 points. The NASDAQ is up 11 points. This is SRN News.
Donald Trump warned America. The U.S. dollar is under attack, and it's becoming less and less valuable by the day. Hyperinflation and speculation is killing your retirement. Don't leave your money sitting in cash. It's time you diversified and protected your future with physical precious metals. Call Advantage Gold at 800-900-8000 and get your free digital dollar survival kit and learn how you could get up to $1,000 in free silver today. Call Advantage Gold now at 800-900-8000 to get your free digital dollar survival kit, and you may qualify for $1,000 in free silver. Advantage Gold is the #1 rated gold and silver company in America. Your future is precious. Protect it today when you call Advantage Gold. Call 800-900-8000 now.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Check with your financial advisor before investing.
That's 800-900-8000.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, where dump truck drivers are in demand. Wiley Sanders is on the grow. We need dump truck drivers now. Call 855-77-9785.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Our storm-free, uneventful pattern continues today. Sunshine, warm for October with comfortable humidity, though. High temperature up to about 88. Another nice easterly breeze today. Mostly clear, comfortably cool tonight. Overnight low 61. Tomorrow and Wednesday, still dry, lots of sun. High temperatures right around 90 both days. That's warm for October. We'll be in the low 60s at night, and then a small chance of showers by Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Web Bobo with Capital Tractor. For work at your hunting camp or a job site, you need a utility vehicle you can depend on. The Kubota Sidekick from Capital Tractor, power to haul and top speeds of 40 miles per hour. Kubota and Capital Tractor in Montgomery, Brundage, and Greenville.
1819 News.
The state of Alabama joins 25 other states in seeking answers from the online company known as Pornhub. Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall has signed onto a letter that expresses concern and is asking for answers about the loopholes in video uploading and identification process that allows for victims of sex trafficking as well as minors to be exploited and monetized by their abusers. The letter was sent to Pornhub's parent company, ILO. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Did you know that it is estimated that 37 million children around the world call an orphanage home? The reasons are numerous, but the responsibility to care for vulnerable children is certain. God calls His people to care for vulnerable children in His name, and that's where our friends at Lifeline Children's Services come in. For more than 40 years, Lifeline has been helping Christians meet the needs of these precious children through adoption, foster care, global orphan care, and a host of other ways. If your family or church would like to know more about how you can answer God's call to care for vulnerable children in Jesus' name, head over to lifelinechild.org.
A high school teacher in Tuscaloosa County is charged with sex abuse of a child under the age of 12. 53-year-old Edward Kramerzik was arrested after the abuse was revealed to authorities by a former juvenile household member. Kramerzik has been a foster parent in the past. The Alabama Department of Human Resources is looking to see if there are more victims. A judicial court has issued a ruling that allows for birthing centers here in the state to continue their services without having to heed further regulation coming from the Alabama Department of Public Health. The ADPH released new rules this past August that required the freestanding birth centers to obtain hospital licenses. That's when the group of midwives and doctors launched the lawsuit. The decision was made by the 15th Judicial Circuit Court. The National Shrimp Festival in Gulf Shores is returning this month after a 2-year hiatus. The festival gets underway on Thursday, October 12th until Sunday, October 15th. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Do you have a cell phone or tablet that isn't charging, dying fast, or maybe the screen is damaged? Don't get suckered into buying a new one. XI Repair can fix your current device same day and in under 30 minutes. Their certified technicians fix and recover data from thousands of cell phones, computers, tablets, game consoles, and drones 7 days a week. Give them a call today at 334-777-1234 or visit them online at xirepair.com.
Next contestant.
Honey, you look confused. What's wrong?
I'm having a hard time remembering to take my medications like I'm supposed to. I didn't say anything because I didn't want to worry you.
I'm glad you told me, because I heard that Adams Drugs has a medicine on time service that will package your monthly medications and make them easier to manage. Our neighbors, Bill and Leslie, mentioned the other day that they use Adams and how they have made it so easy for them to manage their medications.
Do you think we can call Adams Drugs or go by there and see if they can help me? I don't want to get to the point where you have to put me into an assisted living home.
Why don't you get your medications together right now, and let's go down to Adams and talk to the pharmacist.
How much does the medicine on time service cost?
I asked Bill that same question, and he told me it's a free service for Adams customers.
Free? Wow, I'm feeling really good about this already. Let me grab my meds list.
Call Adams Drugs Medicine on Time for your pharmacist consultation. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for more information on our Medicine on Time packaging service.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, we're getting more comments rolling in.
Oh, Joey.
And, Joey, I'd like to request you wear an orange shirt. This is Romex. I'd like to request you wear an orange shirt with a black hat sometime. Pumpkin season is upon us.
You said you got a big head?
Oh, yeah, he said if we put a tape... Sam was wondering if we put a tape measure around the host head, what would it be like?
Depends on...
Romex thinks probably a solid 19 inches. I've always had a smaller head.
Yeah.
And
And
then
when you got that big hair going, you know, it kind of makes it look a little larger.
Well, but I cut all my hair off.
Yeah.
But he also said I would recommend you not try to dress as a skeleton this Halloween. You've outgrown that option.
Oh. Doing a little dig in there, I see.
Is he saying I'm fat?
I think he's saying that you're pleasantly plump.
I don't know that. I think he's calling me a butter mountain.
Mmm.
Let's go to T-Spear. A fatty bumbatty. Hey, T-Spear.
What's happening, T-Spear?
I tell you what, y'all have been all over the place today.
Yeah.
And I have written my notes so that I try and keep on target and on task and that sort of thing. First of all, Joey, I hope that your brother and his wife have a very happy, healthy, normal. No matter what it is, just a very healthy and normal child. And I know that it will be happy as much love as that child will receive from your family. So that is my blessing to them.
Thank you for that.
Then I want to go to, I think y'all want first to the Matt Gaetz issue and the budget. And once again, Congress has passed a budget that you have to pass it to see what's in it.
Yep.
And there's so many damn pages in it, nobody knows what's in it.
That's
And
how they
nobody will
want it.
ever know exactly what's in it. What we need to do is have someone willing to pass within one of these whereas and all of these fluff thousands of pages of legislation to tuck in a couple of sentences that says that Congress is term limited to X number of terms, and the Senate is term limited to X number of terms. And once they leave Congress, that is the end of their pay from Congress. In this lifetime of serving 2 terms, and you get your salary for the rest of your life. This is ridiculous.
Right.
And we need to put in some kind of an adjustment to that. And then I think y'all went down to the fire alarm issue.
Mm-hmm.
How many buildings do you go into that has those big red fire handles on them? And it says fire on it. There's no doubt about it. F-I-R-E, fire.
Right.
It's not hard to spell. It's not hard to read. It's not hard to understand. Fire. If this guy is too damn stupid to understand what fire means, and therefore he pulls it in order to open the door, then he's too damn stupid to be in Congress. Period. And then let's go to Gavin Newsom's choice. This was a tick-the-boxes choice. Period. That's all she was. She's going to be just like the rest of these bitter, hate-filled women in Congress that don't know their butts from a hole in the ground. And we're the ones that are getting stuck with them. And what's bad is the damn Democrats are too stupid to understand it. I'm tired of stupid people in Congress. We pay them too damn much for them to be stupid, but they are. And we need to put a stop to it. And if the best way to do it is to create one of these whereas this and whereas that types of bills that are so long that nobody knows what's in it, and stick that slap dab in the middle of it where nobody's going to read it, then let them vote on the whereases. And all of a sudden, we have term limits. And we have protections to this country against people who want to steal from the hard-working American taxpayer forever. And for all of those Democrats out there that don't understand this, darling, I'm trying to protect your backside as well as mine. And if you're too stupid to understand that, you don't deserve to vote. I get so mad it ain't even funny.
Well, good call, and I'm glad you're keeping notes because I admit, all over the place today, especially. Nothing's working, and I'm preoccupied. Can't wait for the good news.
Well,
and
the situation with Donald Trump and being in court today, and this idiot that has already claimed I'm going to get him. First of all, I'd like to know why the Supreme Court hasn't done something about that by now. She targeted this man. This is targeted. Anybody that has ever bought anything that has increased in value exponentially, and it's valued based on what the buyer is willing to pay. I have a 200-plus-year-old English pub table and 4 chairs. I didn't pay but a little over $200 for it. I've been offered over $1,200 for it. Does that mean that I'm going to go to jail because it's, in her opinion, overvalued? She may not buy it at that price, but somebody else probably will. You know, people need to stop and think when they start chastising President Trump and they start castigating him over valuations and what things can be, they need to understand that that little monkey can sit on their back too. And for everybody that wants to attack him, they need to stop and realize they can be next. So,
well, I appreciate the call.
Get at it. Thank you so much, Joey. Thank you so much, Eddie. Y'all have a wonderful day.
You too, honey.
Chat with you later.
272-9228. You know what Joe Biden's latest war is? Disinformation.
Oh, no.
And in particular, one of the biggest purveyors of disinformation, Miranda Devine for the New York Post, has a fire op-ed out today saying Joe Biden holds these lies to be self-evident, that the border is closed, that his son has done nothing wrong, that gas prices have fallen during his presidency, that take-home pay has gone up, and that he, Honest Joe, was the poorest man in Congress. Not a joke. He gives you his word as a Biden. Nobody asks for the Biden.
Apparently.
Those are just a small sample of the lies the president tells on a daily basis. It's hard to tell where reality and fantasy diverge in his mind, which has to have a debilitating effect on those closest to him, but more crucially, on the entire country. If pathological lying is the norm in the highest office in the land, I think it is actually, Miranda, why should we be surprised that soon enough everyone is lying about everything all the time, and those with the least power are forced to suspend our disbelief?
She gets into the whole Jamal Bowman thing.
Ah.
And then she says, we've come a long way from George Washington and the cherry tree, which was also
a lie.
You heard Norm's take on that?
I believe I have.
Like, if you show, he's like, it's such a great story that, little George Washington cut down that cherry tree when he was confronted. He said, I cannot tell a lie. I cut down the cherry tree. Norm set it up like, think about it, Eddie. You're going home to your lake house. And all of a sudden you see your young son out there with an axe in his hand.
Oh.
You're like, son, what did you do? He's like, I'm telling you, Father, I cannot tell a lie. I chopped down the cherry tree. It's like, you can't tell a lie. You're freaking me out, kid. Go to your room. Can't tell a lie. But here's the latest fight. The irony, Miranda Devine writes, is that the central burning crusade of Biden's administration is a war on disinformation.
Right.
Stifling dissent and stamping out wrongthink is the goal, especially in the lead up to the 2024 election. Not only does Biden get a pass on his lies, but he gets to reclassify them as the truth and punish anyone who disagrees. That's behind his relentless demonization of Elon Musk. Joe Biden's relentless demonization of Elon Musk, the billionaire owner of the social media platform formerly known as Twitter. In an interview released Sunday, the plaything of feckless left-wing billionaires, Biden lamented Musk's stewardship of X, claiming it causes Americans to have no notion of whether news is true or not. Oh, that was just Elon and Twitter, right?
So he's saying Elon woke up the world?
Well, here's what we're talking about, an actual clip of what he saw. Let's pull this up here for folks. Listen in together.
What about what Elon Musk has done to Twitter, lowering guardrails against misinformation? Does that contribute to it?
Yeah, it does. Look, one of the things, as I said to you, when I thought I wasn't going to run, I was going to write a book about the changes taking place. And most of it's directed over the years with these fundamental changes in society by changing technology. Gutenberg printing and the printing press changed the way Europeans could talk to one another, all the way to today. Where do people get their news? They go on the internet. They go online. They go, and you have no notion whether it's true or not.
What about
Elon Musk? But let's just pin it on Elon. Because when you have a few powerful media corporations in the government curating what's true, you always get the truth. No, the biggest purveyors of disinformation is the government.
100%.
Hey, when they talk about, gun control is, who's killed the most people in the last century? Government.
Yep.
Everything they say is a lie, including and in the. Let's go to a break.
Okay.
Get out of here. What a weird day. Oh, look. Mark Cumby is on the live stream. He's saying, what's up, Eddie? Yo, Joey. Oh, well, congratulations, Mark Cumby, because he placed right in the big...
I can't believe he came in second place.
Big hot dog eating contest that was done in Wetumpka during the Oktoberfest.
Yeah, man.
Well, congratulations. I didn't know we had a champion, a true winner.
He's going to be back next year to take it on again. We need.
I couldn't do that. 10 hot dogs, I'd be throwing up.
Yeah, me neither. And apparently that was the guy who won. They were worried if he could hold him down. And apparently he did.
Plus, people on the stream keep saying I'm fat, so I don't need I need to change my ways. No, that's a misnomer too.
The new skinny fat you were talking about earlier?
Right. No, yes, it's a process. Depends on how depressed I am.
I see. Been there.
We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, But whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage. For years, I've been asking you to call me at Alabama Home Mortgage because there is a difference in mortgage companies. When you call Alabama Home Mortgage, from the moment we pick up the phone, you will hear the difference. We are passionate about what we do. To us, you're not just another applicant. When you call on us, you are trusting that we have your best interest at heart, and we do. We treat our customers like family, and that's why our customers turn into family, coming back to us time and time again. We know you have many options when it comes to mortgage financing, and we appreciate the opportunity to earn your business. We are excited to hear from you. Give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time. Our passion is just one difference that sets us apart from the rest. It's not just a slogan, call Alabama Home Mortgage, because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586 368, Equal Housing Lender.
Here we are, back in storm season in central Alabama again. We rely on our electricity for basic needs in our home: refrigeration, air conditioning, communication, and if you have a medical condition that requires equipment, your life could depend on the power staying on. When power outages strike, a whole house generator could save you money and stress. Talk to Headley Plumbing today, 285-3667, or visit them online at headleyplumbing.com. A generator is a solid investment in your home, and Headley Plumbing can help. 285-3667 or headleyplumbing.com.
Headley Metal Buildings has been your source for quality metal buildings in the River region since 2007. Carports, RV covers, storage buildings, even sturdy metal barns. Your structure can be customized, installed on level ground, concrete or wood, and comes with a 20-year warranty. Let Headley Metal Buildings help you find the perfect solution. For a limited time, you can get 10 to 15% off your new Eagle Metal building. Financing available. Call 285-3667 for details, or find Headley Metal Buildings on Facebook.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. The news and views in the afternoon. This part of the program brought to you by River Region Contracting. And there at River Region Contracting, well, Todd Clark and his team are ready to help you with that roof of yours. They are the premier roofing contractor here in the River Region.
That's right.
So whether you have an asphalt or a metal roof, you should get it inspected every 3 to 5 years for basic preventative maintenance. Or it could be recently had it inspected like a year or two ago, but you're a little worried after hearing those bumps in the middle of the night.
A few storms roll through.
Right. And you don't want to climb up on the roof yourself.
No, it's not safe.
So why not call up River Region Contracting at 356-8635? And here's the great news. If you're going to be a little hesitant because I don't want to spend money right now.
Oh, yeah.
Their inspections and estimates are always free.
100% free, Joey.
Completely free. And they're a team of insurance specialists there at River Region Contracting. So if they do find a problem with your roof, they can walk you through that claims process.
Yes, they can. They've done it for several of my clients.
They can make it a swift and easy experience. So check them out today. Give them a call again at 356-8635. That's 356-8635. River Region Contracting, the premier roofing contractor here in the River Region. Let's go to Duke.
All right.
Hey, Duke, how you doing?
What's up, Duke?
What's up, fellas? Dude, man, Joey, what you trying to say, man? All the ladies calling in, texting you, and saying that all the honeys, or whatever term you want to use, saying you thick.
I don't know if I would characterize as the honeys are saying I'm thick.
That's must have been dudes.
Huh?
Mostly been dudes. I mean, am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong.
No, it's mostly been, I assume fat guys who were talking about eating hot dogs. What did Mark say? He says they don't
call men thick.
Hmm?
They don't call men thick. I mean,
a man can be thick.
You don't want to call nobody fat or nothing like that, so you got to use a different term.
I'd rather you call me fat than thick. Thick is usually a term I use for a girl that.
For the women, I know they use
Right.
it for the women, but you know
Right.
nowadays you get in trouble for calling somebody, you know, fat challenged or whatever you want to use.
No, Duke, I can
Skinny
say
challenge.
I ain't serving any cake to nobody. All right?
Oh, I see.
Well, except for one person that will
You
go
ain't gonna-
unnamed.
So you ain't gonna share your cake with nobody.
Except for one person that will go unnamed, never mentioned. Yes.
I see.
Oh, okay. The one you told me about a while back.
Yeah, no. But hey, I didn't tell you anything.
Yeah,
Shut
what?
up.
You told me a
Shut
ticket, what?
up. Shut up.
I'm sorry.
Shut up. I'm trying not to be proud publicly. Even though I kind
I'm
of
sorry, man. Put something in my mouth.
get the crazy going, man.
Mm-hmm.
Come. Shut up.
I'm sorry. But my girlfriend y'all talking about earlier, and I might go talk to this guy, Kansas City. He's messing with my girlfriend there.
Who's that?
Taylor.
Oh, Taylor Swift.
Wait, you're
Oh,
a
yeah.
Swiftie?
See?
You're a fan
See?
of
Oh,
Tay?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Reaches out to
Yeah,
everybody, Joey. She reaches
Yeah.
out to everybody.
When she I'm gonna be like them young kids when I see her somewhere, I'm gonna just ass out and start peeing on myself and everything, probably. You know. My girl right there. I liked her for a long time. My wife knows. She knows that's my girl.
No,
right
I remember seeing her at Jubilee off her first album.
Really?
She was, an afternoon act, and I remember watching it
minute.
going, this ain't going to
Jubilee
last.
here?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, she's been to Montgomery, have she?
No, this was before she was big. It was her first album. She was still doing like little tours. Came to Jubilee City Fest, and I remember watching it going, this ain't going to last. And I was wrong. So
Yeah.
I still don't understand the big deal
Neither
about
do
it.
I, but hey, whatever. It's selling records, buddy.
Ain't just something about Taylor. I just stand back and look at her, for 2 or 3 seconds. And there's something about her,
She needs a
No.
cheeseburger.
No, I like that right there. Like she ain't got to change a thing. She ain't got to change her last name. Nothing. But anyway, let me leave that alone. No.
Please.
Right. Yeah. But Joey, what's up with these politicians fighting in Auburn and want to cut each other's throats and everything in the Republican Party?
Got
dude?
the infighting.
They got to put on a show to get us like all riled up that they're doing a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then I turned my TV on, minding my own business this morning, turned my TV on, and who did I see sitting on the TV in the courtroom this morning?
Donald J. Trump.
I mean, I've been for a while feeling sorry for him. I am feeling sorry for him now.
I wouldn't
I
feel
am.
sorry for him. He got a court order to show up to court. He's not going to run.
No,
he
I'm
goes
just
to court.
saying on some of the stuff he had to go through. I'm just, feeling sorry that he got to go through all this stuff. And it's not political in this part. I'm just saying, I'm not being funny about that. I just hate to see a man go through that right there, and just.
Well, do you
I can
realize?
see a frustration in their face, but at the end of the day, ain't nothing we can do about it.
But do you realize that they're just trying to do it just because it's him now, Duke?
Well, when you jump in the ring and being a politician, and all
I
that
got
stuff right
you.
there, man, you got to take it.
I got you.
Deal with sweet, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. That's where I'm going. I'm not going nowhere in the White House or Green House or Black House. No house. Nope.
No house.
Y'all we had no politics. For me being on the ticket. No. I wouldn't get in anyway. I got too much stuff going on. Dirt. They got too much dirt on me, probably.
I just have a feeling, Duke, you're going to be voting for Donald Trump in 2024.
There's a lot of people of color that are going to do that, Joey.
Are you using that term now?
If you get charged for one,
People
if
of
you get charged for one thing, go to jail for one thing, is off. But if he go through all of it unscathed,
Yeah.
not going to jail, for prison time or whatever.
Okay.
If he don't go to prison, I vote for him.
Well, looky.
If he doesn't go to prison. Okay.
He got 91 counts, right? 91 plus.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
I lost count.
Yeah, me too.
Now, the one today is Mar-a-Lago ain't worth what you
Yeah,
said.
right.
And it's
That
like,
ain't- that
really,
don't
guys?
count.
It's
But,
I think that's just the one that got him started, though. That got him started.
It's just weak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but anyway, man, my football team didn't win the weekend because I don't know. The new coach going to make it, fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that Auburn game was a heck of a game.
I thought that defense
What I
actually
was
did pretty
joking
good.
about on Thursday almost came true. We're going to win. We just need a bunch of turnovers.
It's so funny you say that because I said, hey, Joey, I'll take you to steak dinner if we
Yeah.
win that night. I got 3 messages. I didn't watch the game live, but I got 3 different messages that, hey, you get that truck ready. I think you and Joey are going to Auburn. I'm like, what are you talking about? And a few minutes later, it's like, hey, I'm telling you, you guys are getting ready to win.
It was close. The final drive by Georgia was impressive, but like Auburn could have easily won that thing.
Although there's one guy we got to cover, the guy that kept kicking her butt. There's one guy.
I heard Eric Dog calling in earlier talking about the Dogs.
Oh, yeah, he was nervous.
I thought about something, though. What if old Prime Time had his whole team out there right now and played Auburn? Think they'd give Auburn a good game?
Oh, I'd love to watch it. Yeah, I think it'd be a great game.
It might beat Auburn, right?
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't.
Well, what we got.
That wouldn't surprise me at all. It wouldn't.
We don't have no quarterback, none whatsoever.
We got a couple choices, just ain't none of them that great. But they can do what they can do.
Yeah.
None of them are Cam Newton.
Get that watermelon, run with that watermelon in the hand. Get that watermelon from me.
Did you see Cam at the game?
Yeah, I saw Cam. Well, Cam be dressing, boy, don't he?
Yes, he does.
Oh, he's flamboyant, all right, but I think it's cool.
He be having some stuff on. I don't know what the hell Cam be thinking, but he
puts it out there.
He do him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It's like, wait, people like Cat Williams and Prince and Little Richard are small, Cam. Like, maybe that's why he started his own clothing line. So he could be a big pimp, you know, like Big Dandy, like, yeah, this sort of thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he be. I don't know.
That really was, when I saw him leading the cheer, I was like, good golly, Miss Molly. I was like, what is he wearing? Well, I got to run, Duke. Appreciate the call, man.
Hey, man, we'll see you, Duke.
All right, man.
272-9228. This part of the program brought to you by Bath Innovations of Alabama, and they are just fantastic there because of the people. They're great local people. They're going to provide you that wonderful service. Their goal is to serve every household here in the River Region. I like that ambition. They've built up this company, Brad McDowell, the founder and owner, with his great staff. They've built up this company over 30 years, and they're getting close. They're getting there serving every household, and it's because of their amazing selection. So we could tell you about their aging-in-place solutions for those who are getting a little older, or those of you who have other disability accessibility concerns. We could tell you about the full remodel you could do with these new ABS acrylic shower systems. We could tell you about all sorts of new little fixtures and features, or the walk-in bathtubs. There's so much there.
Oh, yeah.
But instead of just telling you here on the radio, because we don't have enough time, there are so many options. I encourage you to go to bathinnovations.com. Start to mix and match, and you're going to see, man, the possibilities are endless. Like, you could sit there and do that a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of getting, checking out the look and whatnot. And it doesn't have to be a full remodel. It's not like you got to break the bank. Maybe you're just tired of that discolored sink. Maybe you're tired of the chipped toilet or bathtub.
Or maybe you're nervous about getting in the tub now. You get a little bit older, and you don't want to slip and fall in the tub.
Like anti-slip mat or safety bar railings or a little seat installed in there.
Exactly.
It can do all that there at Bath Innovations of Alabama. Maybe you just want a new, like a rain.
Ooh, the rain shower head?
Yeah.
Oh, those are nice. Oh. You can just feel the stress relief roll off your body, man.
So just, again, go to bathinnovations.com. And then stop by 2331 Eastern Boulevard here in Montgomery, and be sure to tell Brad and the team there at Bath Innovations of Alabama that Joey and Eddie from News and Views in the Afternoon sent you. Miss Love, how are you this afternoon?
Hello, everybody.
How are you doing, hon?
Oh, God, it's good. I won't complain, like the song say. I got a question for you.
Okay.
Joey.
All right.
What's your favorite color?
My favorite color.
Let me guess before. I'm going to guess before he gives you the real answer.
All right.
I'm going to say it might not be purple, but it's going to be a hue of purple. Some type of purple.
No, I would say like a dark blue is the best on.
Like a navy dark blue?
That looks on me, I think looks pretty good.
Interesting.
Purple doesn't work that well for me for whatever reason. I'm too white.
You ever try it in a scarf?
Mayonnaise face. This is the problem.
Mayonnaise face.
All right.
Also, how long would the baby before the baby will be here?
Any moment now. Like they were getting ready and relaxing, and without giving all the details away, that it's coming along slowly.
There ain't no relaxing, though. I can tell you that much, Joey. I can see right through that.
Right.
I've been through a couple of those. There ain't no relaxing.
No, in the olden days, I heard when the baby was, like, it was the day, the labor is starting. Hey, men, go chop a bunch of wood because we need to boil water, and you just keep chopping wood, and that was just to get them out of the room. Go away.
As a guy who's been there, I would have chopped wood all day.
Did you feel pretty useless in the room?
I felt useless and nauseous and all kinds of, it was not a good time to be Eddie Bader.
Okay, Eddie.
Yes, ma'am.
Loan me $10
Okay.
And I'm sure other people going to chime in, and you go buy him this shirt. I saw this guy yesterday walking around with this shirt, and when I got close enough, it says, I'm going to be an uncle very soon.
All right.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's a good idea for sure.
And when we talked, he was so happy. You would have thought he was having the baby.
That's kind of how Joey is. You got to be honest.
It's
He's
more
a little over the top here.
What do you mean?
Just say you're very excited for someone that's being an uncle. I guess because I've been an uncle since I was like 9.
Don't you rain on my parade.
I'm not trying to. I'm proud
negativity.
I'm proud of the fact you're embracing
Oh, you're
it so
proud
well.
of me.
Yes.
Well, I'm
Oh,
going
he's a little over the top, but I'm proud of you, man. Okay.
Yes,
Why don't you go answer the phone, Eddie?
I owe you $10, Eddie, but other people going to chime in. We're going to get him a good shirt, okay? Blessing to y'all.
Thank you, Miss Love. 272-9228. We got to hit a quick break here. More news and views after this.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
What'll it be, Joe?
Coffee and apple pie. Whoa, Madge, what was that?
The lights? Oh, they always dim when the dishwasher turns on.
You should call Crosby Electric.
You think?
Overloaded circuits at your business can be dangerous. The experts at Crosby Electric can upgrade your electrical service to safely handle the load. And they can add receptacles where needed to eliminate overuse of extension cords.
Madge, I'd like to pay you. The problem is it's so dark in here I can't read my bill.
No, the problem is you're cheap.
Well, that's a problem too.
Effective, attractive lighting is essential for any business. Crosby Electric can help with a new lighting scheme that will give your business a fresh, exciting look. And they can recommend outdoor lighting for greater safety and security.
That'll be $4.50 for the coffee and pie, Joe.
Don't I get anything for recommending Crosby Electric?
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
Don't put off essential electrical upgrades for your business. Call 272-2085 or visit crosbyelectric.com.
Nothing beats the smell of the grill and the thrill of the biggest and best barbecue competition around. Come join us at Wind Creek, Montgomery for Pusacue, October 6th and 7th. You'll enjoy food trucks, vendors, and live music. Open to the public on Friday from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. and Saturday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pusacue, October 6th and 7th. Visit windcreekmontgomery.com for more info. See you there.
This is Alice of Independent Glass. We advertise with Blue Water Broadcasting and we get great results. If you want results like we get, you need to go with Blue Water.
Radio works. It's as simple as that. Call us to find out how radio can work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Our storm-free, uneventful pattern continues today. Sunshine, warm for October with comfortable humidity, though. High temperature up to about 88. Another nice easterly breeze today. Mostly clear, comfortably cool tonight. Overnight low 61. Tomorrow and Wednesday, still dry, lots of sun. High temperatures right around 90 both days. That's warm for October. We'll be in the low 60s at night, and then a small chance of showers by Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
At CB&S Bank, we've been meeting the needs of our customers since 1906. Need help setting up new business goals? Our line of commercial loans can help you achieve them. Go to cbsbank.com to find a location near you. All loans subject to credit approval, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1, WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. This part of the program brought to you by XI Repair. And there at XI Repair, Jonathan Strange and his team will be ready to help you repair that smartphone of yours. That's what they specialize in. I mean, if you had to guess, Eddie, how many times do you think you've been over there to fix a phone?
Oh, man, more than 24. But I actually talked or texted with Jonathan today because instead of flying my drone with my iPhone, my son's flying his with an iPad mini. Double the size, duh. So I said, hey, Jonathan, can you hook me up with an iPad mini? So, yeah, he's starting to search one for me. I used one because I'm not going to pay, I don't know how much they cost. I can only imagine. But my budget's about $300 to $500. And he said, yeah, no problem. I'll find you one. I'll let you know when he gets it in. That quick, that easy, man.
See, it's great service. It's great skilled service,
Yeah.
too. So it could be you got a cracked screen. It could be water damage of some sort, a dirty
Any
port.
kind of maintenance thing like that, they can take care of.
Maybe a battery not holding a charge, or it could be like, hey, I need some advice on what to purchase, and you buy it through them, right?
Yeah, he does
They're
the
at
shopping
XI
for me.
Repair.
Makes it that easy.
Yeah, and of course, they can sell you brand new smartphones, refurbished ones,
They
things
do.
like an iPad mini. They can do work on laptop, desktop computers. They can even do data recovery. So maybe you accidentally deleted an important thing, like
It
a big
happens.
project, or
Sure.
like maybe a folder that had all these family photos and videos and stuff. Yeah, you want to recover that.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
it could be you're going through like a divorce and your ex, soon to be ex, you hope, deleted a bunch of incriminating text messages or emails. Well, they can recover that there at
They
XI
sure can.
Repair. They actually do a lot of business that way. So check out XI Repair today. You can always go to xirepair.com. That's the letter X, the letter I, repair.com. Or give them a call at 777-1234. That's 777-1234. And be sure to tell those fine folks there at XI Repair that Joey and Eddie from News and Views in the Afternoon sent you. Let's go to Sam. Hello, Sam.
Hey, gentlemen, thank you for taking my call. First off, Joey, man, there's nothing like good news, and being on Baby Watch, that's good stuff.
Yes, yes, it is.
Yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir. No, I years ago, back in the '80s, had a sister-in-law, and I remember she got her good AUM nursing education, and got on with Baptist over in the preemies, the prenatal unit, and it was funny because all the ladies there, they joked about you're only going to be around these babies for a short period before you're going to have one yourself. And it was just one of those running gags because anybody that got a joke in there, anybody that got a job in there, the nurses, within a year or two, they had one on the way. And just when you said something about a doctor had a job there, all that just came rushing back to me. But anyway. Reason I called. All right, let's talk about Auburn just for a second. Man, we're all wanting that magic moment.
It was
We're
almost
watching
there.
Auburn play.
We were that
We're
close.
Yeah, man, we want that moment. We're searching for it when we say to ourselves, we're going to beat Bama this year, when you can feel it. That's what this is all about. The Georgia game, God, Auburn was having those moments, man. They were playing so good, and it was so close. That's what I'm living for that this year, that moment. We're going to beat Bama. Hadn't really hit me yet, but it's close. Does that make any sense at all?
No, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Sorry, man. I'm just carried on. That and when you started up earlier about the BMI. Oh yeah, man. I'm a point of contact on that. Now, no.
Did you get the old tape measure around the waist?
Oh yeah, man. I did that all the time. Every school I went to, every little academy, plus every year, twice a year. Yeah, man. And it's serious business. You bolo two of them in a row, and they try to kick you out. And this goes for full time or the reserves. And I've done time in both, and now I fortunately had the mindset of taking care of myself, and did pretty well. But yeah. Oh, here's my joke. Here, cause I gotta have a joke. I wonder now. I've been away from it for a while. If I had to declare myself a woman, can I do my PT using their stat chart? It's a little easier to get points if you do the women's PT. Anyway, that's a little inside baseball. There's when you do your PT test, you would have two different set of standards. And oh Lord, that's all that crap. Gosh, dog.
You
Life
doing
is so
okay,
much
Sam?
easier. Fighting depression, but I'm in a good mood, man. I'm playing with the kittens, just cleaning up around the house, and I heard that. I just thought I'd call in and say, hey, everybody, and try to bring the show up instead of tear it down.
Oh, you always bring it up, Sammy. Always bring it up.
You're very kind. Anyways, one last time, gonna miss Jack, and that's all I got to say, bros.
Appreciate the call, Sam. Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you, Sammy. See you, bro.
Now, this is a traffic update from the one, the only Greg Budell.
Greg Budell.
Guy's awesome.
Yeah, he is.
He tries to act like, well, Greg,
cool
you're
guy.
amazing. You've taught me.
He's a cool
so
guy.
much. He says there's a huge delay northbound 85 at the Taylor Road exit. Not sure what caused it, but it's a mess. There's also very slow traffic on Taylor Road going over southbound 85.
I know when I shot down there earlier, take care of my business, there was a 4-car pileup in front of the old Paycheck. And you actually had to go through the whole Paycheck parking lot to get around it and keep going.
So the big delay is on northbound 85 at the Taylor Road exit. Okay. Appreciate that, Greg. Do appreciate that. 272-9228 if you want to get in before we close up shop. But here, we got to hit another break.
Another
and we'll
break with
hopefully get Ray Bowles.
You didn't get all your breaks done while I was gone?
No, that's not how it works. Are you?
Have we discovered you can be an aunt or an uncle
Is
yet?
it
We haven't figured that out yet?
Smooth? We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
It's the
The concert is free with fair admission.
It's the best 10 days of fall. The Alabama National Fair.
Sponsored by the Kiwanis Club of Montgomery, Hyundai Motor Manufacturing Alabama, and Coca-Cola.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. I think Eddie is getting Ray on the phone here. Ray Bowles of Prattville Carpet. Cool. Let's go right to that fella. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Doing all right.
I'm standing here with a good friend of mine I do a lot of business with, Ray with Alabest. You want to do a live ad on the radio, Ray? Why does nobody ever want to do a live ad on the radio?
Why is everybody so shy these days?
I know.
Is this what the internet's done to
I
people?
think you're
Or
right
is-
there. You're onto something, Joey.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. But if you ever have water damage, he's your man. That's for daggum sure. He knows everything about everything when it comes to water damages, fire damages, roof damages, you name it. He knows it. But we do all the floor work. So basically, when it comes to any kind of insurance work, if it's the floor base 6 inches down, we can handle it.
Gotcha.
So you got a little bit of sheetrock missing, some baseboard missing, all the floors are gone. Hey, we got it handled. If it gets more than that, then you call us and I'll get you in contact with Ray at Alabama.
Awesome.
Well, there you go. And how often do you have folks actually stop by the physical store there on Cobbsford Road, 2201 Cobbsford Road, for folks who don't know?
Well, I've got a customer in here right now looking at floors.
See, and I'm that type of guy. I want to see the stuff in person.
You like to touch it,
Yeah.
hands-on, Joey?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But I promise you, it works out better if you call us at 285-817. Let us come out and get the measurement.
Ah, that's a
Because
good
when
idea.
you walk in the door, I can say this costs this much money and this costs that much money. Not that, hey, it's $5 a foot, because that's not telling you anything.
Right. That makes sense now. That really does
And then
make
when
sense.
we see the house, we're like, oh, you need this, and oh, you need that. And we can take you right to the colors you need.
So again, that number is 285-8117. Ask about that free in-home measurement. And when you call 285-8117, be sure to tell them you heard, well, Ray Bowles here on the radio with Joey and Eddie.
Guys, y'all have a great day.
Thank you, Ray.
See you, Ray.
And said there was a trucker who called in. Thank you
Yeah.
for listening, sir. Said it's just a big old
Big
mess.
old mess in front of East Chase Mall there. He said there's 4-car...
Or no,
4 or
East,
5
yeah,
car.
East Chase.
Yeah, East Chase Mall.
Yeah.
4 or 5 car pile up there, so he said ain't nobody going nowhere.
Oh, good. No, there is something about how it goes from like the 3-4 lane,
yeah,
to where then you have the exit on Taylor Road there, to then it just shrinks down to 2 lanes. And I always get a little nervous going through that.
You got a lot of big trucks coming through there too, coming
Right.
in from Troy Highway and that. So.
No, there was one time at night in that little roadster I had where it's like I'm about to be crushed by 3 or 4 18-wheelers. And I just pedaled the metal, it was close.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. It's like, dang,
Well, if we ever get that outer loop going, man, we'll probably get all this fixed.
Well, the folks that annoy me the most is where, okay, there's the far left lane, then there's the left lane, and the person going in that middle that turns into just a left lane is going very, very slow. And so they're just blocking all sorts of movement one way or the other. Drives me nuts.
Oh, yeah, Joey. Yeah, ride with me, Joey.
So, did we learn anything today?
I learned it pays to be a realtor every once in a while.
There you go. Let's go to line 1. You're on there. Who's this?
Joey from Prattville. How you doing, gentlemen?
All right, how you doing?
If I was any better, I'd get twin, but y'all know that already. All right, Joey, I got one. There's a couple things. I cannot believe y'all missed the fact that Greg Budell did not call in for the traffic update. That was his tardy note. He was letting you know he is not going to be there when he's supposed to be there.
Well, it's been a weird day already, so that's fine by me.
But the second thing you need to know, we just have this new, our new generation of what's that, millennial thing.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, they're allowed to pick their own gender, identity, this, that, and the other. Well, now you have, is it a brother or a sister that's going to be giving birth?
Brother.
Oh, it's my brother's wife, yes.
It's your brother's wife. That generation might have the ability to identify other people. So we're not guaranteed that you're going to be an uncle. They might want you to be an aunt.
I don't know about that.
I don't think so.
Y'all gentlemen have a good day.
You too, Joey.
272-9228. I'd make one ugly aunt.
I don't know, I think that red
ornery.
dress, that red dress, you got...
Now you're just creeping me out. Just creeping me out. Like all you guys trying to be funny.
I'm not the one who dressed up in the dress.
You're just creeping me out. Okay, don't
You
touch.
didn't want people to look. Why'd you wear
Stay across. Are you playing footsie with me right now?
If you didn't want
Did you
people
just
to
grab
see,
my...
why did you wear it? I'm just putting that out there. Hey, you want to go camping?
No. Line 1, who's this? You're on the air.
Hola.
Hey,
I
Eric.
can't tell you a joke. I can't tell you the joke on air though.
Oh.
Well,
I'll text it to you.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
All right, dog.
I'm sure the radio audience loved that.
Yeah.
No, I'm just checking to see if there are any updates.
Any updates?
No, I'm not seeing anything. I
Nothing
think
yet?
it's slow going today.
Let me
Yeah,
ask
and
you-
maybe it'll happen tomorrow. We'll announce it on air or something.
Let me ask you something. If one day when you do have children
Yeah.
and your child is born, are you going to video it? A lot of people when I was
would probably
a teenager,
ask my wife first.
No, a lot of people when I was a teenager did it. I think you even have some sisters that did, and I always wanted to ask them, did y'all ever go back and watch it? Because why did you really video it? I don't.
What are you
I mean,
talking
I
about?
get the whole
Videoing the actual like
giving birth?
No,
it's a very popular thing, Joey.
It is.
Yeah, I could, not me personally, but yeah, I remember.
Like
that
I
was
went
a
to
thing
Catholic
going
school, so they showed us that stuff to scare us.
on. Oh, it's pretty effective. You ought to be there live, buddy.
No, I got enough of it watching the video. Goodness gracious. Yeah, something you can't unsee right there. I don't know. Videoing that seems like a
lot
little
of people
much.
did. I know one of my sisters did for sure. I am going to text her when I leave here and say, "Did y'all ever watch that video?" Because I know I know it's the miracle of birth and all that, but a lot going on.
So Romex Angler says, Joey, please know my insults are always out of love. Oh, I didn't know you were that sweet. It's only, sweet.
Yeah, I got you.
It's only to harden you so the world doesn't break you down. Congratulations on your new baby. I know it's your brother's baby, but I'm sure you'll have one coming soon. Why are you sure about that?
Because he knows who you've been hanging out with lately.
He does. Too many people know too much. Oh, well. I appreciate y'all listening to this mess of a show today. And appreciate all the love in the messages, too, about Jack Campbell over the weekend. At the end of the day, I appreciate y'all. I pardon me, bitch and moan all the time.
What do you get paid to do?
It's kind of, what we do here, especially with what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
But honestly, I am a very blessed person and very grateful to all the love in this radio family, and also very grateful to know we're adding a new member of my blood family today.
Right.
So thank y'all for listening. Y'all stay tuned. Happy Hour with Greg Budell. Well, he's next.